I sent the link. Oh, yeah, we're live. Well, no, we don't need to say, oh, look at that, we're live. Hang on. Oh, abort! Voice to text. Hi, I'm Ben and you're not. Welcome to the Sunday. Oh, yeah. Good day, eh? And welcome to the show. Our topic today include 2 million views. Better to do for extended length of time. What it's like to experience 2 million views, and more. Cavalcade of stars. Speaking of stars, we got Trev, we got the good doctor himself, Charles 75 Ed, host of use your words, Chatting with Charles, and Guitar Safari, which is not
one of my favorite episodes this morning too. By the way, good to see you, Martin. Love you, Brett.
Right?
Yeah,
Martin on the Autobahn. He's like, screw your commuter work truck, Trev. We're going down the Autobahn at 150 kilometers an hour.
I had so much regret when I woke up at 12:30, 3.5 hours after you started your show, and looked, and I was like, oh man, I could have been on that show.
Yeah, you could have. It would have been like a L&M live hang.
That's right.
Right. Yeah. And then we got Ken, star of, well, this channel, apparently. It was like 25th appearance at least.
Right?
Right? And then we've got Martin, fresh from Mannheim, Germany, where it was Guitar Summit. That's not the theme song for that either.
Yeah.
And
Thanks
then,
for having me, Ben. And congratulations.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you. And, thank you for setting an alarm to wake up. We got Terry's 333 Gs when he's analog, but it's 5 Gs when he's digital.
Is that how that works?
It depends how close you are to the tower, I think.
Some people say Terry's been a little too close to the tower for a while now. No, I'm just kidding.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, I can't throw Charles under the bus all the time, Terry. You know that.
It's your turn.
He's like, I'm aware, Ben, of co-host of the fucking show. I'm easy. All right. See, he thinks in the cursive. See what he did there, Charles?
I like that.
All right, let's go to roll call. First in the chat, because I set it up at 11 this morning, so 11:04 a.m. Dastardly Dave with a congrats, Ben. Oh, and then we have second in the chat, half an hour later, Paul Leonard Ewing saying, let me be the first. Well, you're not the second, but let's give you praise to the hardest word guy on YouTube. Well, I don't know about that. That would involve editing videos. So, Steve's in a minute later. Oh, and also because for those who don't know, Paul always calls me the Colonel. Like Colonel Tom, but he says a promotion order, Brigadier General. I kind of like that. Brigadier General. There you go.
Brigadier. Yeah.
And then we got William Bologna. And then that was a few hours later. Now we're at about 2 p.m. And then we got Earl. These are the people
waiting for
when to start.
Earl is everywhere.
Yeah, tonight you got, the same thing.
Jamaican grape soda, Trev.
Ooh. Oh, shut the front door.
I know, right? We're going for the good stuff. I only got one bottle of this shit left.
Charles, what do you got there?
I have St. Arnold Brewery Oktoberfest.
What the hell is that?
Which makes sense. Oktoberfest in
September. That's the only thing.
As long as it's not pumpkin spice, because then I'll have to block
it is a German Oktoberfest style. Made in San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, fuck, that is good.
Excellent.
I forgot how good that is.
We
got a good friend, Jim.
The same place that makes the root beer.
Expect to see Jim back on the channel soon once things calm down a little bit.
Love it.
I enjoy seeing him every Buffalo meeting. For those that are members, I
was about to say, there's Randy there. Congrats, and then even better is there's Randy.
There he is now.
Hey,
right? Because all the time I'm like, there's somebody in the green room.
That's all there is.
Randy, can you hear us?
Hey, I can hear you.
Yes, and we can hear Randy.
First time.
I think we got
perfect fucking dive. 10 out of 10.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Now I'm going to tell you, Randy. This guy here.
Hey,
I said, "Oh, Randy,
first time
wants to come on the show." Blah blah blah. And Trev's like confused. He's like, "Oh, Randy, what's going? Randy from the Buffalo meet?" I'm like, "Randy was on the channel before you were on the channel, Trev." And then as soon as I hit, I went, "Oh yeah, we had the hearing issues."
There's always been a little technical difficulties, but here we eat clean entry tonight. Yeah,
And then we got Terry as well, who's on screen as well as in the chat, multitasking. We've got Arf.
Yeah, put an old guy on there with a computer. It's a mess.
Hey, easy. Doesn't work for any of us. Dave Chase. Big Wave Dave.
Big Wave Dave.
Not this kind of wave either.
Always in my heart and in my mind, Naked Dave.
He's Naked Dave to the water
If you know, you know. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. We got our good friend Minister Matt, or Preacher Matt, or Padre, if you will.
No. Arch Saint Bishop. What? No.
He gets promoted too. Then we got Charles.
It's Charles, everybody.
Wait.
Quiet.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Yeah. And we got Ferd. You like Ferd? Ferd's
Love Ferd.
The
also
Grand Poobah. The only guy who's got the hat to prove
right. Got the hat. Kush.
Hey, Kush.
Kush. Wayne McConnell. Again, thinking of Wayne on the passing of his wife.
Oh, yeah.
But we're here to cheer Wayne up. That's why he's hanging out with us. He's
Hugs,
like,
brother, hugs, man.
right? Our Kelowna brothers.
Condolences.
Then we got Searching for Tone. I've been searching for tone.
In all the wrong places.
Let's see who else we got.
Cooch just came in.
Oh, there we got Josh Tamberg in the house.
Josh. Hot Rod Josh. No less.
And I say I can read between the lines here, Charles. 2 million views is pretty darn amazing, considering how shitty your videos are. You left that part off.
Yeah, always waiting for the backhanded compliment with Michael, right?
I love Mike. Mike and I, we have a relationship that way. You know,
Yep.
he picked up the mantle when BC started missing chats on occasion. He goes, "Oh, BC's not here to insult Ben."
I got this.
I'll take care of that.
We got lovely Patty in the house.
Patty in the chat.
Here
Patty
she
in the
is.
chat.
Patty.
Who else we got? Oh, Dennis Ellis is here.
Dennis. Dennis came into our chat earlier on the show and brought the news of the Kristofferson.
88 years old. One of my heroes, Kristofferson, passed away. Yes.
Yeah, we'll get into that later. That's roll call. Yeah.
And then we got, I know, Charles, one of your favorite, Devil's Horns, Alien Head, Rob Blackmore, official.
Love that guy.
Gotta yell it.
My favorite Canadian hoser, hey?
Six String Stanger, who's now got 7,000 subs. I think he's all these jungle
Congrats,
guitars.
man.
He's got all the jungle guitars demoed
Mhm.
on the channel. I think that's what it is. I don't know, but he's doing well. Great to see you, Dave. Another long-time alum of the channel. Six Stringer and I go back quite a ways.
Nice.
Each other. Oh, there is Trav. You can tell by the way that he is.
Choo choo. You notice I still have my Christmas hat on from last year?
Yes.
That's going to come in handy in a month or two. You guys
Yeah,
are
you're
jealous.
the guy that just left the lights on all year. And, of course, the Hobo Roadie.
The one and only.
And Lynette.
Right on.
There he is.
Susan.
There he is. See? This is
Yep.
what is waiting for Charles. The weird part is 500,000 of these views came from angry Dana Electro owners or UPS.
He's not wrong.
That's why we love him.
This is why we love Rob. Rob, we came up in conversation last night. We were watching the short movie Dad Band, and one of them in the band reminded me of Rob. I'm not going to tell you which one.
I did mention that earlier, too. Yeah, the dad
Band.
Classic.
An actual movie?
Oh,
Well,
crazy.
it's more of
Hang
a vignette, if you
it's a
will. It's
short
like a
movie.
10-minute. Yeah.
A short film that was created in 2018 about a quote-unquote dad band. And it's just a bunch of guys named Who, except the bass player is played by Jerry Cantrell.
Although he does tune a
and he's
guitar.
the one guy that was apparently toured back in the day, and he's now a plumber. And there's like, so why you join this dad band? He's like, to fuck chicks in the ass. Why no? Just like, wow. And then, not to give away, the one guitar player shows up with his own song, Terry, wearing a Rush t-shirt, so you already know, red flag, right? And it's like, it sounds like Rush. He's like, nobody's ever fucked a chick in the ass to a Rush song before.
Spoilers, Ben. Spoilers.
Hey, any of us have been playing guitar since 2018 have seen the movie. I'm just saying.
No, I guess I've seen it. It's okay.
New meaning to lose.
Well brought up.
Sorry.
All right, back to roll call. 10 minutes in. Wow, it's like
It's all right. Sometimes we take like half an hour. Oh,
That's all right. That's how you know the crowd loves you.
right.
God
loves us all.
There's Hip Metalworks. There's Daryl B.
Yo!
Another longtime alum of the channel.
Daryl.
Speaking of longtime alums, we're going to do a poll.
Can we send Bo a link?
It might be, I got to do a
I'd love
poll.
to have Bo on the panel.
Trev's full of
Yes,
love.
we have a pool.
Easy, Trev. Remember, when we get more than 4, I have a hard time getting the voice in, and now we're at 7, so easy. Okay. But I have to do a poll shortly for Bo. Remind me of that, Charles.
Okay.
Steve Reeser.
Also Bo.
Steve's here. Steve's been on a Water Buffalo meeting to tell me how to pronounce his name. I'm like, how do you pronounce your name? He's Steve.
I was supposed to remind you to send Martin the link. Hey, did you send Martin the link? I was supposed to remind you.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Steve.
Yeah. See, there's Martin in the chat. You can tell. Right? We got Mr. Mark Taft in the house.
Hey, Mark.
And what in the Mitch Heyman?
Is going on here?
I can't help it. Like Seth, first time he said that, I'm like, yep, that stuck.
It works.
Yeah, it works. Another fellow Canuck there, Coots.
No, they're cool.
And apparently, now I know Iceland is 4 hours ahead of Eastern.
Wow.
So now I'm getting those bonus views from Iceland too, Charles. You know, at all
There you
the one.
That's
there.
right.
Steven's drinking a natty light. Well, you know, maybe one day you can upgrade to an adult beverage. I say that speaking from experience. I'm like, how do y'all get drunk off this? Sova's here. Great to see you. Hey, look at this. We're pumping the views to all the cats and most of the kittens. Awesome. Took him 3.5 hours to type that. No, it didn't. All right. Mesa Guitar Guy's here. And Brother John.
There he is.
Here.
See Doug, too. Cousin Doug.
There we go. See, yep. We're going to talk about all that. Jimmy! Moving to Montana. Gonna grow me a crop of dental floss.
Dental floss.
Moving to Montana. Yeah.
Wagons East.
Unfucking believables here.
Effing believable.
I'll call Bo by his full name in here. All right. Hey, it's cause Doug. Doug. See, no, Charles tuned in earlier. You fucking ignored him like the stepchild he is.
I did pop into the Cornhole podcast.
You told me not to tell him on Wednesday on the show, Charles. So I thought, fuck it, we'll tell him now.
Thumbs
Also,
up.
Doug, Trev wants to be on the show on Wednesday too. So Trev's coming on too. Cavalcade
Thumbs up.
Stars, Down Back Cornhole podcast. Check out the channel. He's going live Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern for his 5-year anniversary celebration. Trev's going to be on. Charles is going to be on. I'm going to be on.
Shut the front door.
Going to be on. He said 5-10 minutes. No, we're going to be there an hour.
I'm going to take it over.
Oh, I see. He's
I
got
may
some
actually
live
play a
off-
song.
By the way, Ben, just after the muffler, the bus has a leak in exhaust.
Muffler.
Right, I threw him under the bus, not you. I'm advocating for you. Hey, it's Bonkers.
Hello, bunker.
That's bonkers.
Apparently, see, guitar players, right? Nice close one. Capoed Sir Telly on the intro of NBC Football just now. Very easy. Was that a Capoed Sir? Holy shit. Rewind it, honey.
Whatever it works.
Did we mention Dastardly Dave? We just did again. And Owls G. There we go. Hey, and I'm caught up. Only 14 minutes, 39 seconds. Pointing out Charles. Just saying. I'm not saying you take longer or nothing. I'm just saying, look, I did it. Yay, me.
Uh-huh.
I'm only.
I got the golden hour happening here.
I'm
I've
sorry.
seen
I
this
gotta go
motherfucker
outside.
take 40 minutes. I'm just saying, this guy's taking 40 minutes. Because first of all, we got to play like a 5-minute intro, and then we talk about our day, and then we might get around to the chat. Although I've seen other channels. Just ignore the
Yeah, but
channel.
he also has to deal with Seth on Friday nights. So
If you hear a zipper sound, shelter your eyes. That's all I gotta say.
Anyways, in honor of Sova, we got a fresh thing of integrity going on here.
Integrity. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's not integrity, but there's some
Oh
worms.
no! See, look at that. Now it's you, Charles. He's going after. I thought Charles was streaming from inside one of those suicide pods. Turns out it was minivan. No, I'm the one that streams from minivans.
Yeah, that was more of an SUV.
There we go. Yeah. So there is that. We got to see the boy. Hey, Charles. Yeah. No problem throwing your son. Yeah. And by the way, here you are. You're fucking live, kid.
He had it coming. He knows better.
But dear in hell.
There's one rule: don't mess with Friday night. Right?
You know what? He did a great imitation of Sherman because his eyes were about as big as his glasses frames, like Sherman. So, all right.
now, why doesn't he drive?
He has his learner's permit, but every time that school starts back up, as we're going through, he's like, I'm going to concentrate on school. He's just a responsible kid.
Oh,
I can't spell.
well, he'd be more responsible if he got his license so he could run to the store and get you stuff.
That's true.
Right.
I like that thought.
All right. Now, Bo only, I gave him an idea for a name of his venue, Charles, today.
Okay.
So he said, hey, let's put it to a poll. I've actually come up with 2 other names since then, so I'm putting all 3 in as options.
I love
Are
this.
we doing a poll? Oh, fuck yeah.
Cool.
I'm excited.
Hey, Patty. And anyone else who said hi.
Terry, I can't hear you. Actually, weird that I have to tell you to turn up your mic.
Because it's not a Zoom hang. I was loud on the Zoom hang. All right, see ya, Stephen Douglas. He's currently got to leave.
Yeah, I turned
There's
it down
Ryan.
a bit.
Hey, Ryan. Good show.
How about now?
Choose run.
Better. That's perfect.
All right, everyone vote now.
Oh, no contest.
Right?
Hanger, the joint, Alice's restaurant.
He liked the idea of the hangar, Charles, although there is a local venue.
You're influencing the chat. Sheesh.
Yeah,
Well,
The given bow, there's only one. that fits.
I'm kind of on a mission
It's
from
gotta
God,
be-
so
okay,
I'm
so
going
it's
with the
hangar
joint.
wrong, Chris.
The joint.
that's what I was just. That's what I'm voting.
I call it with hangar as in the coat hanger as opposed to an aircraft hangar, which doesn't actually go on a hangar. You don't hang the airplanes on hangars in the hangar, although that'd
You
be
don't?
fucking funny as hell. Bunch of fighter jets
Well,
all
they
fight.
kind of do on an aircraft carrier, just saying.
Yeah,
They're kind of.
Right.
they kind
That
of
was
The
my
way
other-
they pack those things up down under there, it's crazy, man.
Ryan, that was going to be my 4th choice, was Mills Diner as well.
Right.
When I was on a carrier, they had helicopters and Harrier jets.
And I thought, honestly, due to the financing of said venue, the joint might have been kind of a double
That's what I
entendre.
thought. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the joint's running away with it for sure.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I think we got your name, Bo.
So, what do you do when you go to the joint?
You know,
Bring rolling
I think
papers.
what both should do is get a bunch of old cigarette machines,
Right?
right, and just fill them with packs of joints. Just saying.
Okay. I'm
Integrity
still,
Hall.
I'm still gonna bring some rolling papers. That's all I'm saying.
Oh! How did I not
Carry
think of
rolling
that,
papers in
Charles?
your wallet like you do package.
How did we not eat? Yeah.
Bo's Country Bunker that plays anything but country.
This is why Michael is necessary in this community.
Michael, you're a
Can I throw up as
messaging
an
me now?
honorable mention?
Oh, thank you,
The
Ferg.
Shake.
We got a donation to the virtual tip jar, which I suppose I could put the link up to, which is always a great way to help support the channel.
That would be helpful.
There we are. Ferd just want to be cool like Ferd. Peer pressure and all that. All right, there we go. I just saw it. Veppy reissues.
I got to go see a man about a horse. I'll be
I
right.
bet you do. They have both kinds of music, country
Right,
and western.
Matt, probably.
Ooh. How about Smuckers because it's full of jams?
Nice.
You know, a dad joke is really just a joke in this community, Charles. Just based off the demographic.
Yeah, for sure.
That's fine. That's fine. So, there we go. All right. We still got Zipor is going. So it looks like, 64% at the join. So I think that's the name of it. I'm in
You know, they used to call them
country
juke joints
bunker.
at one point, so why not?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to have that double entendre.
Yeah. And by the way, we have to thank Ken here for the sign off on Charles' show today. Because remember, folks, if your joint's hurt, you're holding the wrong end.
I love that.
Randy is trying not to spit out his drink. He's like, "Fuck, I've been there." I'm like,
That's
I
an
think we all
awesome
have.
one.
Hello there, Charles Green.
The legend himself
That's right.
was on last week. I even remember, Charles. See?
Mr. Green, good to see you.
Ask who was on 2 weeks ago. I want to say Ferd, but I'm not quite sure because I could have been 3 weeks ago. You laugh, Randy. I remember doing a group hang, and then I realized half the panel was on the previous group hang, and I thought I had a whole new panel. And then I realized I really should watch my own content on occasion. And I don't. Ever.
Yeah, well, I mean, you made it. Why do you need to watch it?
Right? Exactly.
Oh, but it would be another view.
What was it like the Joe Walsh album? It was called You Bought It, You Name It. Yeah, I made it, you watch it. By the way,
I
we
always
have
like
a
the
nice...
one, the smokier drink, the player you get.
There you go. We have a nice
Look at that oregano.
Hindu Kush mixed with some Georgia pie. So, well, it was 2 weeks ago. All right, that's what I thought, Ferd. With a cameo by the lovely Dorothy.
Yes.
There's Ian's Guitar Shack. That's Ferd. Chat's flying. And I don't
There
have
it
the
is.
coordination to keep up. It's like you got to do like hunting ducks. You got to lead, Charles, right? You're like,
Yep.
all right, by the time I actually get around to clicking, the comments are going to,
Well, Ian got back his power and went live briefly today. So it was nice.
that's good. That's good. Yeah. So hope everyone's doing well out there. Yeah. Oh, we're down to 47 watch. People just tuned in for roll call, and then like 10 people left.
And then they run.
You don't hear my name. Well, who's going to make the sign? I'm just thinking a giant neon joint that lights up, right? Flashing.
I heard the bonfires are going to be legendary.
Wait, Trev. Bo wants to know about the sign. It says call it joint. Do we just have the word the and then an actual neon joint, and then the cherry will flash in the smoke?
Well, I'll tell you what my opinion is on that particular query. My daughter fancies herself an artist, so we'll fill her in on the details and let her come up with whatever she should
Hey,
choose.
that's a good idea.
And you know what? I'm going to do that, and she's going to do it so that it's ready to go when the time comes.
Maybe a guitar with a joint in the.
Hey,
by the
my,
headstock.
you have no idea. I have no idea. My daughter's pretty left field.
Exactly. Neon sign with a smoke machine blowing the smoke off the end or something like that.
Yep.
Oh, with Cheech and Chong.
Oh, yeah. Like Vegas style, right? Seen for miles.
Damn it. That time when you come back from going out and you have an empty beer. Fuck.
Dang it. You're like all those steps for nothing.
That's
Well,
really
not for nothing. I still had to go see a man about a horse, but now I got to go back and get a beer.
He likes that idea. And Mesa, no. You know why?
No,
AI
AI
is
art
pure
is-
digital. That's pure digital. No, I don't do pure digital. I don't even.
It's going to be an analog joint, right? So
I'd like to see that, Matt.
Yeah.
Uh,
especially in July. Just sweating balls. Sweating balls. Just spinning the sign. It's just a giant joint. He's like, what's that? Subway? No, it's a joint. Holy shit, that's a joint. Huh? So, yeah, there he is. The voice of cornhole. Or known as Donnie to his friends and family. He was at the previous Buffalo meeting.
Yep.
Doug wasn't.
He was.
Yes, that was actually.
Doug's
cool.
response was, well, Donnie was only there because you won a free membership. I'm like, that was months ago. Donnie's actually got himself a membership. You too. You get one by clicking that join button somewhere under here. That's okay, Mesa. That's okay. You've had worse jobs, right? I was going to say, yeah, I've heard some of your music. Oh, no, I didn't go there. Just briefly. I only went there for comedic value, Matt.
You're on fire, Ben.
I'm about to be. I'm working on it. Handheld forest fire. Yeah. Yeah, apparently Indica doesn't relax a fella like normal people.
T-Ben's opposite.
To the membership.
Sativa.
Let's hope Cousin Doug wins it so he has to show up to the next Water Buffalo meeting.
Nope. Michael Diamond.
I don't know who Michael Diamond is, but there you go.
Well, we had one of those earlier too. It's like, who the hell is that? But thanks for being subscribed, and now you're a channel member. Welcome to the club.
I like that idea. We have blowing smoke rings. I heard the cat. Could be. And then somebody could jump a motorcycle through the smoke rings? No. BC gifted a membership. Awesome, BC.
OTW Music and Art. Nice. Congrats.
Another new name? OTW.
OT Dubs. Well, that's Patrick. He's
a nice guy.
Oh, yeah, I did that joke, Trev. Fucking went over like a lead balloon. It's Patrick, and he bought life insurance. Nobody fucking... I said, what was the name of that life insurance company, folks?
It doesn't translate to American. It just doesn't.
If it's not Geico, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's a question
Five.
for the
Jesus,
chat.
Ben.
All right, so hang on.
I know.
David Holler, holla. Ronnie, Graphite Cigars. Stable's
Hope he's
music
all right.
videos. I don't know who that is, but that's cool. Sergeant Greenleaf. There's a name I haven't seen in a minute. Good to see. And Dave McLaughlin. Gifted
Wow.
membership.
Right on.
Awesome, everybody.
Welcome.
That sounds like a Canadian name, actually. Dave McLaughlin.
So the question
Well,
is on
only
that.
because of Sarah.
We all remember that commercial through the 90s. I'm looking at
Or the
Terry,
guitar player,
Brad,
John.
and Ken. You remember? It was the phone would ring. It's the older couples in there. It's Patrick, and he bought life insurance. What was the name of that insurance company? What was the name of that insurance company? Milt. What was the name of that insurance company? It's Patrick, and he bought life insurance. Oh, really?
I always kind of thought it was.
I always
Allstate.
tell my friends to tell them when I buy life insurance.
Norwich Union.
Oh, yes.
Am I right?
There you
Okay.
go.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Oh, man. I
Sure,
just smell the burning, Charles.
That's true.
I
There you
can smell
go.
the burning. There's definitely some burnt cobwebs there.
Well, it was worth the brain cells.
Oh, it was. That might be the name of the live album. It was worth the brain cells.
Actually, there's definitely a song in there, if not a full album, for sure.
Yeah, I called that one because every time I see Patrick Trites come into a chat, I'm like, it's Patrick. And then immediately here, and he bought life insurance in my head.
T-Dub show up? How?
God, that commercial was on, you'd swear, 24/7.
Oh, it was on all time because it was like, I think it was on during the hockey games. So every intermission you get. Norwich Union.
Oh, even late at night in the early morning.
Yeah, because they were one of those insurance companies. No physical required. You're like, easy.
Right.
Yeah. So, what? They don't require. All right. So, anyways, yeah. So we go. We got 50. We're back up to 54 people. People tuning back in to see if they'll say their name again, Charles. That's all.
That's right.
No, we already have a name for the album, Sova. Although, according to Seth, apparently not only I'm releasing an album, but I've also joined a band. It's another guy. I don't think he watches my videos with the audio turned on. I wonder that sometimes. You know, So I'll get that, and Randy, I try to keep it real in my demos. Sometimes I'm like, this guitar kind of sounds like shit, right? And then I'll get comments. So what did the guitar sound like? I'm like, well, by me calling it shit, I think it's pretty much my opinion's there on what it sounds like.
Do you need a translation for that?
Yeah. Or my favorite one, what does the guitar weigh? Yeah, because all guitars weigh the same.
It's not heavy.
No, it's always...
Oh, this one's light.
My reply to that one, Randy. About average for the model.
Yeah,
I
well,
like that response.
that Mad Cat that I bought, it's over 8 pounds. It's got to be. It feels like a Les Paul.
Oof. Ouch.
There you go.
But sustain. It's got all the sustain.
Hey, I have a deluxe telly body. The body alone is 8 pounds, which is why it has been built.
Right.
Wow. Voice Cornhole says 54 watching, only 37 likes.
Well, when I had that G&L ASAT before,
right,
that sucker was at least 8.5, 9 pounds.
That reminded me when you mentioned ASAT, because there's this guy. Every month or so, we get in Pete Thorne's chat, somebody spouting off their opinion like they're facts.
Right.
And it's like, easy. You say how Squire guitars are shit, and I was waiting. He left because Quentin came in. Quentin just fucking went to town on him. So, and he's saying, I know what I'm talking about. I've got 5 custom guitars. I know what I'm talking about. Didn't say what the guitars were, but he mentioned G&L ASAT was the best guitar ever made, period. I'm like, again, your opinion, they're a great guitar, but, fine. And then, you'll love this, Trev, because he's all, the guy says you got to pay for quality, blah, blah, blah. So Quentin comes in, he goes, first 2 Van Halen albums were written on a parts caster and an Ibanez knockoff. I'm like, oh! He's not wrong. So,
Yeah, and that parts caster was a butchered parts caster.
it was made out of factory seconds, and the Floyd Rose ones was installed in the right spot. So it was never intonated, that guitar. You couldn't intonate it.
Now, I saw a video earlier today. I don't know if it was on Facebook or Twitter, but the guy had a skid, like a pallet,
Okay, not a guy wearing a jean jacket.
with a neck on it and a pickup mounted to it,
Oh, I
and a
saw that
guitar
going
cable
around.
coming off of it.
Yeah, that's been going around for about a week. I didn't click on it. It's just proof. You can put
it was
on
like,
anything.
stick that in your tone wood pipe and smoke it, right? I mean, come on. I'm just gonna put a neck on a fucking pallet.
But Trev, they never play them clean.
Sure.
Well, I don't know. A pallet's got some sustain to it. I mean, there's as long as the wood's all connected well, and it's a good oak pallet with oak. You got to use oak, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
who's
the pine
getting
pallets
an
are
oak
shit.
pallet? Fucking forklifts go to lift an oak pallet and they just tip over. They're like, the pallet weighs more than the shit on the pallet. Just saying. Hey, there's Elbarge.
There he
I was
is.
braving
Lee.
the rain to go to the dispensary. There we go.
I've seen something
pipe?
cool.
That sounds like cool smoke.
I've seen
Kris
something
says
cool at the
Coolwood
Guitar
matters.
Summit.
What did you see at the Guitar Summit there, Mark?
There was a company from Austria there that had movable pickups on the guitar. So
How many?
movable, you could
Movable.
move them around, and that was really cool to see how much of a difference just slightly shifting the pickup
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think I've seen that.
makes.
So the magnetic field's just a skew a little, perhaps, from
Fun fact, Gibson
Yeah,
did it
just
in
the
70s
position,
with a
you-
Pacer.
right.
Not a good idea.
You move it just more to the neck, and you can push them all together, and you can fix them also inside.
So was there something to that whole angled thing? I guess with the
You could
You know,
not
the
change
one
the
that
angle on those. Unfortunately, I told them
Yes,
if
there
you
is
want to
a-
up
there
it
is a
once
reason
more.
for the angle.
skew it for sure.
So,
Yeah.
Arf has a question for the entire panel. By the way, but first, Eric. What's up, Eric? Good to see you.
She's there.
Arf asks, ask the panel which each one's number one is. Well, the cat answered, apparently. Fuck, that was perfect timing.
Yeah. That
Mine
would be the
depends on what
litter
day it
box.
Yeah, it depends on the day and what I'm looking to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have two that are fighting for the number one spot.
It's funny because my number one would be the one that's closest to me. That's always plugged in. It doesn't fucking kill 9-volt batteries, which is also my cheapest guitar.
I say, Trev, pedals take batteries, not guitars.
What? The Fishmans do a thing, and the EMGs way do a thing.
Do I have to do another prophecy? It's just a gain stage, Trev.
It's a 20 dB gain stage band, and it sounds so good.
Yeah,
I think we've done this.
Don't give me. Do I need to turn on my amplifier? Oh, when you look here, it's already turned on.
easy.
Oh my!
I'm not saying that to Trev. I realize I'm pointing towards Trev. Now I got the fucking cat.
The cat's
pooter.
the number one, obviously.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm number one. We know that.
Yeah.
Well aware. We know. Also, Sova, just to go off on a tangent for a moment, he's mentioned he saw the band Feel and Dirty Honey. So did Bo.
With
and Bo
together.
Yeah, Bo being Bo. Ken, you love this. He goes, hey, you got a buddy's got a podcast. You should go on. So I got to reach out to the band Feel and have them on as I check them out. And they're an awesome group of young cats.
Looking forward to that.
Nice.
Did you just say you had to reach out for a feel?
Indeed. Indeed you did.
I didn't say reach around.
I mean, if you were going to... Yeah, basically, 100%.
Wow, Charles, thanks. Yeah, you're right. There is a hole in the wall on the bus. Yeah, I saw it too. But yeah, Ken, what's your number one?
Gotta be his Explorer.
Oh, no-brainer. 1976 Explorer.
There we go.
You can
All right,
plays
Martin,
itself.
Charles. What's your
The
number one?
120.
I was going to say there's only one answer because it's the one that has its own throne apparently.
I prefer to think of it as a seat of honor.
Indeed.
Now this is like asking fucking
I
general
thought that
admission.
seat of honor was a throne.
Because the only person that trades more gear than general admission is the guy under Charles on the panel. So, Terry, what's your number one this week?
Nice.
I'm going to still go with the, I will say it's the Epiphone inspired by Gibson ES335.
Nice. That's a call. Randy's looking at his rack at his right now. See that? I saw it.
Yeah. What are you going to grab, Randy? What's your number one go-to?
Yeah, oh, and by the way, guys, we're not done throwing people in the butt. So I'm going to buy this Presley. Last guitar I'm going to buy. I'm done. I pull up, told the wife, no more, only get one more. And then a fella goes a few weeks and orders another guitar.
Hey, for the $200, I would pay $600-700 for a guitar this good. It's really that good.
Hey, Amanda.
Hey, sis.
Hello there.
So, yeah. So what do you have a current number one, or you're like me, Randy? It depends on the mood and the day of the week.
Well, right now it's the new one, but
Okay, but which quite often happens, right? You get
It's
new
a
guitar.
honeymoon
I
phase,
don't want to
right?
do this one
All right, here, hang
right
on.
now.
I got Soli out. There it is.
Prince copy.
And that's the variant I like with the tortoise shell around the bridge pickup too,
Oh yeah.
because it's available in several finishes. But which is stupid because it's supposed to be a Prince reissue, and Prince look like that. You don't get a blue one. Prince didn't play no fucking blue one.
You should see the binding on it. I don't know if you get that.
Hang on.
Are you trying to make fun of
Nice!
Charles here?
Double down for self-pleasure.
Yeah. It's got that.
Double down for your pleasure, Charles.
Oh yeah. So I got some of that right here.
Oh, easy. Charles, like, here, let me show off my binding. Show off your binding, Charles.
I got some right here.
There you go.
Ooh.
Very nice.
That's hilarious. Anthony Gomez, Canadian blues guitarist. Get him on the show. Well, the problem with that, Silva, is I've never heard of him, so I don't know how to reach him, Charles.
Yep.
See,
Be right back.
All right. Oh yeah, he's got dinner in the oven.
Well, you can always look him up on Facebook and then reach out to him that way.
I could.
Okay.
But I kind of like when Bo's like booking people for me. But anywho,
Be a couple hours.
yeah, it was just happened last week because the Trev, we know that if we talk about certain things, all of a sudden it gets up in your feed because we're always listening. So I was getting a bunch of videos from the band Feel showing up, and so let's check these kids out. Bo's going on about them, and I was like, I like them. Because there are a bunch of young guys that sound like Led Zeppelin.
I know.
Nothing wrong with a 4-piece that sounds like Led Zeppelin.
Indeed.
Oh,
And then Bo's like, and the guy's got a 64 Firebird. I was like, ooh. So, I get it, Bo.
I believe Bo.
Well, that was kind of like
chat,
when
he
Greta
said
Van
his is
Fleet came
coming.
to notice of everybody.
Right?
They were always comparing them to Led Zeppelin.
All right. So my sister is on mobile. Going mobile. Do. So it's Sunday. She's freaking tired.
Mm.
All right.
Makes
All
sense.
that shopping from Friday.
Now, see, in British Columbia, we have a holiday tomorrow. I'm sorry for you Ontario bastards and your Doug Ford, but out here, we got said holiday tomorrow.
Easy.
Hell yeah,
On
brother.
shirt day.
Yeah, but are you building a fantasy tunnel? No.
Well, we have a tunnel. It needs upgrades, but it ain't going to cost $4 billion and be 4 years late, just saying.
Oh, it's going to be more than that.
Am I off? Yeah, I'm way offside. Sorry.
Guy's been drinking truth serum.
Not good.
So, yeah.
I woke up drunk and had to drive my daughter to her fucking appointment. And got
There we
back
go.
with 2 minutes to spare.
Yeah, I like this, Charles. If you're a touring band and you tour through Central Michigan, you're going to be asked to be on a Canadians podcast. I'm just saying.
Yep.
It would be funny if Bo also goes to the same show, and then they talk to Sova, and then they turn and meet Bo, and he's like, so I got this friend. He's like, fuck, does everybody know who this Ben Coombs guy?
If
Well, that's
you
how it
don't,
works
we
out
oughta.
because two different people say you need to be on the show.
Ooh.
Did you
And
see
as
Jimmy
my sister
Bider's
does,
comment?
Brad, when you throw out a little, like, okay, smart guy, then you get my sister's response. I'm retired, fancy pants. I always have a holiday.
Well,
Well, now.
I was just like, wow. That's
I already did hear that from someone who was
Sorry, Bo.
retired. And it's like, when you're retired, every weekend's a long weekend.
Yeah,
Doesn't-
I am not retired. I'm hopefully getting up early in the morning again to shoot more demos for you fine folks. Only because I got to get over there before the guitars are sold. That's a key thing. So because I got a shit ton of used stuff in at the Long McQuaid they don't normally carry, so I'm able to do older models, Terry. Like 5-year-olds, like they're like the Epiphone Uptown Cat. They don't make them anymore. Guy trades one in, Ben snags it off the wall and makes a
Video.
demo. Thank you, video. I'm like, what's the word?
A
What do I do?
gorilla video.
So you're still tempted on that model?
No,
Yeah, you are.
I never was.
Yeah, you are.
No. Because it's Epiphone trying to do Gretsch. I'm like, I'll just buy a fucking Gretsch. I buy Epiphones to do Epiphone type things. I buy Gretches to do Gretsch type things.
I think that Gresh is always trying to be a fucking Gibson.
Well, I've got the Epiphone Emperor Swingster, and then I've got the Gretsch. So I've got both.
So, or you'd just be like fucking Randy and buy them all. Okay, Bo. 2.0.
There you go.
Why are they calling me Iowa Bo? I don't know, Randy. But it could be you two are building a warehouse for your guitar collection. Like Bo's like, I need a house for my guitars. I'm like, you need a warehouse or a hangar. And that's where he went. Hangar. I like that name.
Hanger's good. Hanger
Dead Wax
18.
66 in the house. Yep.
So,
See, you're at home, Dead Wax. That sounds like most of us.
Yep.
If I had one guitar, I'd be a great player instead of 30 guitars and suck at playing all of them. Yep. Welcome to the club.
Sounds
did you
about
see
right.
the Gibson thing that they did with Mike Campbell? He
Your
went into his
Campbell?
guitar room and he had guitars all around, and then he had this rack that came.
Oh
down.
yeah. The Gibson collection. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
Heartbreakers They call it the clubhouse.
Yeah, that was cool, man. It was just press the button and they came down, and press the button and they.
Well,
went
that's why
back
Bo
up.
kind of has that with them hanging behind him. Although he's got to clean that area to make way for the drums and stuff. He said so. Yeah, sis. Apparently, fucking Indica does not relax me.
Have you had an edible? I mean, I already did
Yeah.
125.
Yeah. All right. Well, I can do another one.
Are
Is that what I should do, folks?
I have to open a fresh pack.
Oh,
Are we okay? Can we do a poll?
Channel up, Ben. Where's on John? Not Vivian Kid. Nice. They don't leave a comment though, Chris, and they should. I'd have George Lynch on, just ask him why he stole that one amp head.
I still
Who do
the
you
number
feel
one
like-
question would be: can you tell us the story behind your automobile failure on the side of the highway?
Who did he steal the amp head from? Was it Jakey Lee, Ken? Was it Warren?
Oh, one
I
is
thought
the
it was a
two.
member of Rep.
I'm gonna say Jakey Lee.
I think so. Yeah.
I heard of it, but I don't remember it.
Chris says it was Warren. I'm waiting for. Now I need a tiebreaker in the chat.
Oh,
Although, Hang on Sloopy, fucking unbelievable. Thought Hang on Sloopy was done by Leslie West. It wasn't Charles. Do you know who did it? The biggest version of it was done by the McCoys in 1965. Do you want to know who the
That's the one I
frontman for the
remember.
McCoys was? Rick Derringer. That's
We
right.
had
Rick
to look it
Derringer
up.
was around in 65.
True story,
We know because we looked it up last night on the Wikipedia, and Wikipedia is never wrong.
right?
oh,
Right
they're
now we got 2 votes for.
Well, and Rick Derringer was doing a lot of studio work.
Chris is still out. No, he played on. There was 0 reference. All right, you know what he's gonna? He's gonna create his own PDF file and send it to me, Charles.
yeah.
He's gonna go back and rewrite the Wikipedia.
He's gonna edit Wikipedia. Oh, hey, look at that! There's Seth Lee Customs.
Right on.
I know that guy
Hey,
from
Seth.
somewhere.
Yeah, Captain Fohawk himself. What? Again, and I retract my statement. I said this morning, Charles, the first time I ever saw a guy with a bathrobe on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
No, because our longtime viewers, I'm looking at you, Terry. Remember at the end of Nick in the States videos, he would come up. The video would end, Charles. It would go to black, and it would fade back, and he'd come walking on camera in his bathrobe, and he'd look at the camera and go, "What are you still doing here?" Like it's been hours later. So
That
Love
was such an epic ending. That was one.
Did
of
he have the
best
towel
ones
wrapped
I've
around his head
seen.
too?
no, just the bathrobe though.
Yeah, just a bathrobe.
Hey, I think shuffling out in his slippers too. So. There we are. And we'll say, hey, oh yeah, I saw it. There's a musical law. Ryan Hall, y'all.
There he
About
is.
time.
Yeah, there's
On
Ryan
the
Hall.
road
Fuck you
again.
been?
I'm on my way to Tennessee from Alabama. And love
Right.
to all my music in laws because I'm on the road again. There we go.
I love the way you put that to music.
I was going. It was like I was tripping along but not falling down, Charles.
I had kind of a Brian feel to it.
Everyone needs a little Ryan Hall in their life.
That's true.
Uh-oh.
Ryan, in honor
little?
of Kristofferson's passing, so we're getting back to that, Trev. I would love for you to do a cover of a Kristofferson song, please.
Yes.
Or a
Again,
Why- why-
the late movie
See, now
Jason.
Ben said it. I gotta drink it. Pour one out for Chris.
So Kristofferson.
The only highwayman left is Willie.
Yes.
Mm.
But Kris Kristofferson, as Charles and I were talking, the Rhodes Scholar.
Mm-hmm.
So we spent some time over in the old country, as it were. Well, Oxford, which I'm sure he fit right in. He didn't fit in at all. Although, with that accent and those looks, he was getting all the British talent.
Oh, yeah.
Did I say that loud? Yeah, I did. And then he was in the military area where he was a chopper pilot, even. Whirlybirds, if you will, in your first regiment.
Yeah, he
Is that
was
what you call it,
in the
regiment?
8th Infantry Division, which was a mechanized infantry division, really closer to an armored division. And that was my first unit in the Army.
Wow.
Nice. Sova, great line. I put on my cleanest dirty shirt as soon as I heard the news. That's a great line.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then, of course, after that, he moved to Nashville, where he was literally sweeping floors in studios, trying to get his foot in the door as a songwriter and a singer. And which is odd. And again, you know, I'm not that type, but, you know, the man is a presentable looking fella. You know, I know because my mom had a lifelong crush on him, you know, and I'm sure my mom wasn't the only lady, right? He wasn't hard on the eyes, as it were. So, you know, and you think, because country music, Charles, it was still run by Chet Atkins, it was still very that image-based, we'll worry about the music, you know, you just have... But then again, he had kind of had that broken down singing voice, right? That whiskey-laced voice, if you were, like our friend Ryan Hall. Love Ryan voice. Voice had character. And so they probably went, no, not marketable. And they went, well, fuck you. And then he wrote Me and Bobby McGee, and which became a huge hit for a variety of artists, because that was one of the songs, Charles. Remember, back in the day, people didn't wait to do a cover. They're like, oh, it's on the charts? Fuck it, let's record it now.
Yeah, for sure.
Every month, a new version would be out. And all the time, Kris get paid. He's getting paid. And then I believe he spent some time in Texas as well. Kind of like Willie, fucked off back to Texas. Of course, went to Hollywood, did a bunch of acting, various roles, which I always enjoyed. What was the song? Or the movie was called Songwriter, starring Kristofferson and Willie Nelson. Great movie about the music industry. Really good. You know, much like, you know, Blues Brothers, actually a lot of truth to it. So. Yeah,
but the movie that really made him outside of the music community was Convoy.
I was going to say, no, the one where he died and went to heaven. He was the football player that went to heaven. Heaven's Gate?
Heaven Can Wait was somebody
that
else.
was Warren Beatty.
That was Warren Beatty, yeah.
I'm thinking the wrong one. The Rose. That was a good one, yeah.
To me, his 3 appearances...
Wasn't it The Rose with Bette Midler?
Movies.
Yeah, that's the only soundtrack I've ever bought from a movie.
My first reference
when
I think
you bought there, Randy.
Kristofferson is Blade.
Yep.
What?
What's that?
1, 2, and
Blade.
3 is Whistler.
Yeah. He was the wily veteran in Blade. He was
Damn
like,
right he was.
like you with all the inventions.
He's a cripple guy.
Yeah, hell of a lot of movies.
One of my favorite of his acting things.
Yeah.
For sure.
See, now, yeah, Charles. Star is Born, the original, right?
That's true, Billy. You're right.
Yeah, and backing up with Michael Krause, so it's got to be true. Warren Beatty did not play on Hang On Sloopy.
Hang on. Bum, bum. Bum, bum.
That's right. And then for the movie Millennium, Trev, that was shot locally at our airbase. So Kris was in town. My dad was not impressed with the situation, kept his eye on Mom at all times.
I don't blame him.
And like I said off air, Dad had some issues with Kris. Because Kris, again, Rhodes Scholar, that's an advanced degree. And that's a backup plan in life. And Dad did not trust any musician with a backup plan, Randy. You're either all in or you're not.
Why would you?
Same fun fact, Martin. My dad refused to jam or start a band with you if you knew how to read music.
Okay.
He was like, nope, you're too educated. You won't be able to play by feel. It's all about feel. I'm like, you say that because you don't know how to read music, Dad. Like,
some folks just don't have to read music.
It helps. I'm just going to say it helps.
I wasn't going to bring that up, but my sister brought it up. So.
Hang on, Snoopy. I mean...
Sloopy.
Sloopy.
Yeah, because there was a lot of Ohio bands that covered it, too. Saw that. Which I believe the McCoys were from Ohio. And Derringer's name was Derringer, but different, because of different, more European spelling. Excuse me. Well, Jeff K in the house.
Hey, Jeff.
These are a lot of, like, well-known films, Charles. Like, I'm thinking for a musician, he's in a lot of
Oh, you know, he was in that period of time. He was in all those movies, and one after another, really.
And then DC, I'm not the only Coombs thrown under the bus. And of course, Amanda ran it through a wah into a Leslie. Yeah, there we go. Rick Zeringer is his real name.
That's no fun.
I know. His brother played drums in the band too. Take that, Van Halen. No, don't take that. I don't know what I said. I think I said I did. I saw Charles Green and immediately thought Van Halen for some reason.
Well, because of all roads.
No, some, not all, definitely not.
Well, talk to Charles about that because Charles says all roads lead.
I know. Yeah, and I've seen Tony say that phrase, and I've seen.
Send him a link. Send him a link. Get him on the panel.
Hey Ben, I think Kris is trying to start something in chat here.
I know. I'll get to him.
Middle.
I gotta dispute this all roads thing. All roads actually lead to Eric Clapton, if we're going to be honest. Because Trev. Because anything that leads to Eddie Van Halen goes through Eddie and then ends up at Eric Clapton, his big.
Yeah, but doesn't it lead back to George?
You know what? If you take in your Eddie Van Halen, but deviate over to the left, then you end up into the Jimi Hendrix. And Eric Clapton doesn't matter.
I think he matters because if there's no Clapton, there's no Hendrix.
No, Clapton
I would
doesn't matter,
say,
man.
I say Clapton mattered up until
Clapton
he left
basically
Cream.
invented blues rock with Cream.
No.
Before, I would say, with the Beano album.
Beatles.
Beano album. Yeah, I got Martin as excellent backup on this one, I'm going to say. And also did the research because reading all the interviews back in the day, they'd always say my big influence. And you can hear a fair amount of Clapton.
And as far as Clapton goes, I mean, it's like after he left Cream and he did the Derek and the Dominoes, he just stopped trying. That's the way I feel about it.
There we go. So and I mentioned because I think of it more. The starting point would have been Clapton because of all that blues rock explosion that happened, and everyone up there playing. Then Hendrix took it the next step, and then Eddie took it the next step after that, and then the unacknowledged next step was Tom Morello. As I say, Tom Morello.
Eric Clapton was fucking brought to his knees when he saw Jimi Hendrix play. Like, what the fuck are we gonna do now?
The biggest problem with Jimi Hendrix is he never played in tune.
Well, but that's the thing. Is Jeff Beck probably did it just as well.
No, Jeff would actually.
Where it doesn't matter what tuning you're in, you just fucking bend the strings until they get to the point.
Yeah, no, that was great, Trav. Check out live Hendrix. He's playing cowboy chords completely out of tune. It's disgusting. Like there's one I remember he hits a note. I think he's doing Wild Thing on TV, and he hits a
Ben, if that's the case, you probably didn't do enough acid.
The problem is everybody has to be on a significant amount of drugs to listen to Hendrix and not go, wow, that's really out of tune. It's like listening to Van Halen 3. Ooh.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. And by the way, Eric, I like that, but Kris spelled it with a K. So it's double K, not double C.
Double K.
But then again, he could be using voice to text.
Yeah, most likely.
Spell check.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Josh is
today, a lot of people consider Eric overrated, Lee, but you got to remember, there was like, up until Hendrix, there was a 5-year period where literally Clapton was God.
Yeah.
That was acknowledged. That's flat out.
No, you know what I did during that time, Ben? Jimmy Page.
Jimmy Page was not Eric Clapton, though, Trev. He literally took over the gig.
Yeah.
Remember? Clapton left, Beck took over, then Jimmy got on bass, and then Jimmy took over when
Zeppelin, man.
And even Jimmy will admit, like, basically Led Zeppelin was a cream.
Well, there's this other guy, Tony Iommi. You may know his name.
Again, not a virtuoso player, though, Trev. Riffmaster, yes. Bar none. Riffmaster, fuck yeah. But
I think Clapton was just one of those guys that ruined his legacy by opening his mouth.
Well, there is that, too, right? Yeah. and that's for decades.
And therein lies the truth behind what we're all saying. No. What is this? Sometimes I have to put on my... You notice I slept on my glasses and I only got one fucking arm on those things?
Ooh, bold.
Makes it
Too
easier to
much
get
on
on.
the
No,
chain.
my God, you know what would have been amazing is Hendrix with a Floyd Rose guitar, because it would have stayed in tune. And I think you would have had all those wild Eddie bends.
My fabulous daughter, everybody. Come say hi, Becca.
I know my G.
Gina.
Hi again.
How's it going, Becca?
They're your uncles.
That's okay.
Yeah. So we're talking about Jimi Hendrix versus Eric Clapton. Do you have an opinion on that?
Yeah, Eric Clapton is like a Nazi, so Jimi Hendrix.
There you go. That's what the kids are thinking today.
Yeah.
How about David Gilmour?
Sad that his baby died, but he's still a Nazi.
Yeah. Well, it fell right out of a building. That's ridiculous.
David Gilmour's cool.
What now?
I like him. He's good.
Who?
David Gilmour. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd.
Yeah, he's
Well,
good.
have you seen the new video that he's got out?
I don't think there's anything.
Have you seen the new video he's got on?
He did some video on the new tour he's doing for his new album.
Who?
On YouTube. Did like a rehearsal.
She
Some really good songs on that.
What do you see?
Something about
Why are you on headphones, Trev?
Why? Because I was on the OU812 show for
All you have to do is
since
uncheck
2
box
o'clock.
and your ears won't sweat anymore.
Well, but it's not so bad with the hat because the hat actually expands the gives
Becca
you some
can't hear
extra
him.
padding.
She can't hear it.
She can't. Well, she could if she put on the extra headphones, but she's probably not going to be here for that long.
No.
Any other opinions you need right now?
Nope.
They said no.
Okay.
Trev,
Trev has a daughter to keep.
you got to also remember that generation just takes songs, rewrites the lyrics, and calls it their own song. So
I was driving around in traffic the other day cursing the millennials because they all learned to drive on fucking video games, man. It's stupid. But anyways, Blade, Kris Kristofferson, man.
But again, I am a firm believer that Clapton laid the foundation for all that. Because again, he more or less invented blues rock. So
What?
He was one of the first, definitely.
He's copying the black guys.
But I do agree with something that I heard earlier. I think Cream was really his best work.
yes, yeah. And Trev, if we're going to go that route, Zeppelin literally did cover tunes and called them their own. So, and I'm a huge Zeppelin fan. So,
Hey, Dazed and Confused with the Yardbirds somehow makes it to Zeppelin.
or literally Willie Dixon songs, they just called them their own.
Yep.
So, no. Exactly. Clapton was the first one to do the Les Paul into a Marshall, Trev.
And
Yeah,
an SG.
Is that really true?
Yes.
Yeah, and really started to push that.
And pushing
band
Marshalls
to
into that crazy sonicness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cream was a very loud band. Because Clapton at that time, as I recall, Martin, he ran through 2 full Marshall stacks.
Yep.
And then, even though there were 3-piece, he did a lead boost, and that was turning on a 3rd Marshall stack, Charles.
I love it.
Yeah.
You boost your way and I'll boost mine.
No, you can't
Michael,
argue
you're
with that.
thinking when they ripped off the Melody to Stairway to Heaven from the band that opened for the Yardbirds. And Babe, I'm going to leave you out as 100% stolen. Exactly.
What was the name? Spirit, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. I think you might be right on that one. So.
I
Look, Rob, he's still a teabag. Easy, Rob. So yeah,
But I think there's also that's that thing in the rock community of separating a person from their music.
well, yeah, and you got to do that because
Hey,
there's a
I'll
lot.
still listen to Wango Tango. Any day.
Trev went there.
Hey, try going through life being somebody with the last name of Nugent, right? You know.
It's just
And
Like Paul McCartney was talking-
Stranglehold is a classic.
like I laugh at Paul's talking about. So I got this friend request from this guy named Nugent. I don't like Nugent. I'm like, wow, Paul.
Damn.
Well, I had to ask him about that because last I heard, Nugent was living down in Austin.
He lives not in Austin, but he lives outside.
Not too far.
But yeah, this is.
Just remember,
right.
if you get a friend request from a Nugent, accept it, or else you may find an arrow somewhere.
Well, the key is really the 75N.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If there's no 75N, fuck those guys.
Well, I used to get it from my grandmother, and she was, oh no, I cannot stand Ted Nugent, right?
Not a fan of archery?
No.
I liked his Amboy Duke song, Journey to the Center of the Mind, and then Great White Buffalo and Stranglehold. And that was really it that I ever cared for.
Great White Buffalo's a good call, too. Mm-hmm. No Stranglehold. Wango Tango was a benchmark when we were playing foosball at the arcade and plugging quarters into a fucking jukebox.
If you're talking Ted Nugent, it all begins and ends with Stranglehold. It just does.
Indeed.
Which was actually sung by the other dude in the band.
Have a good night, Amanda.
Yeah, CSS.
Amanda.
And Billy's just pointing out random facts. The drum intro from Rock and Roll is the exact same Low Richards. I hear you knocking. Yep. But then again, like we say, there's only so many chord progressions. There's only so many ways to hit a drum. So,
but the way they do it is different. It does. It sounds different.
Yeah, but Black Damn Yankees was better for other reasons other than Ted Nugent.
Wow. My sister's mic drop on the way out the door.
Yeah, I mean, playing foosball, listen to Wango Tango. That was the arcade circa 1984, 83.
Because of Tommy Shaw. We know, Charles. We know where you're
actually put quarters into the machine to make it play that song while we did foosball. And it didn't suck, man. I mean, the kids these days have no idea what it's like going to the arcade and hanging out and
having your eyes burning from
smoking cigarettes, no less.
Sneaking in
like 16, 15 years old, smoking cigarettes.
I like how it was an arcade designed for basically teenagers and underage people all had cigarette machines in them. When you can't have cigarettes underage, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
nobody ever watched those cigarettes.
Just show your ID to the machine before you put
parents anyway.
Yeah. Then again, anybody that worked in an arcade looked like a carny anyways, right? So
well, pretty much carnies for sure.
Well, arcade guys were just carnies that didn't like to travel.
Sonic Solution says, any of these dudes on screen have any hits? Just curious. Nope.
Hits.
Define hit, like a hit song?
Yeah, I'm going to take one right now.
I think there were some people laughing a few minutes ago.
There's a hit.
Does that mean he wants me to do a dab?
I don't know.
Maybe.
You know what? You know what time it is? Time to do this.
Howdy doody time.
I think I can speak for the panel, Sonic Solution, that most of the panel bedroom players, couple people on the panel have been in bands, and one of us has actually released an album. I'll let you guess.
I think, Ben, you're the only one. Well, no, Hip's here, but not really here, so it doesn't count. But, yeah.
Hip's played in bands. Martin is in a band.
We are the people who love guitar music.
Hit like Stranglehold.
I think that's a fair assessment, Trev.
I'm not
and I'm basically one of the things I did about starting this channel was to provide knowledge to the, all right, dare I say, amateur player, I guess, both about music, guitar playing, and the music industry. All right, see you, Rob. Wait, Devil's Horn, Alien Head, Rob Blackmore official.
Rob.
Hey, Rob.
Cheers, Rob.
So, yeah. because I literally, I assume they're new to the channel, so like I grew up in the music industry, so Mark, I know we recorded an album. Yeah, I know Mark. Mark actually might have a copy of the album.
That's funny.
Well, we heard the story the other night. It was epic.
Is it on vinyl?
No,
could be.
Only CD. Because we were making the CDs. I'm not doing like the Stand Tall video, Ken. Make my own LPs, melting down other records with it, and then having the iron. And then it was great, Charles. Then they just hand drew the cover. They put a bunch of saran wrap around it, and then apparently to shrink wrap it, you throw it in the microwave, and magically all of a sudden shows like a photograph on the cover of the album, like the real album. I was like, wow, that's.
Did you
They had to do it in 8-track.
Yeah, we offered it in digital form and hard copy digital form, which is really what a CD is. So there was no pure analog release, and it was, I guess, digitally recorded on an analog console into Pro Tools. So because nobody's recording tape anymore.
Like analog console, like a Neve.
Yeah, it literally was a Neve. Trev, because I was the smart ass.
Well, that's worth mentioning, Ben.
Said, where do you want to record? And I chose the top studio in Canada, just as a joke.
Well, yeah,
they went, okay, I can get a reduced rate. Which studio do you want? I said, obviously, Studio A, which was the original studio with the big
that everybody's used, yeah.
Neve that everybody from Triumph, obviously, all their records recorded there. A bunch of Rush records to currently guys like Drake record there.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
and that's the studio run by the drummer?
Yeah, the drummer of Triumph owns it. Yeah. As well as the other half of the building, Smart Randy, because not as many people are going into studios anymore. He created Metalworks Institute, which was basically a college or a trade school to learn music production and engineering. Because you got all these like 5 studios there. So.
Yeah, I watched that documentary on them, and the drummer, man, he hung on to almost everything.
Oh, he did. Because they were smart when they got the advance from the record company rather than recording in the studio. They just built a studio. And and I met him a few times because his office was right inside the entrance, like right off the lobby. So he was in there on the weekend doing whatever. And so I got to talk to him, and he actually complimented our drummer. He said, your drummer's pretty good. I'm like, thanks. You're fucking good. There's HW Titan Lords. Mad Raj himself. Who's Drake? He's some wussy hip-hoppy guy. Uses
no one to know.
I can sing.
You're missing
I just
nothing.
re-quoted what I heard.
Yeah.
The reason why you don't know him is because you're on this channel.
Yeah, you have good taste in music.
I like Guitar Man's comment.
Blue Marks, thank you. If you ever need any Blue Marks Homestead, just let me know. He left Blue Marks everywhere.
There you
go. Scroll back. Scrolling. Does wearing ruffled Polish shirts and playing an accordion count as being in the music industry? Yes. Because it was traumatic and you were forced into it, like most child prodigies.
Yep.
Dance for me, dance! Easy. And now look at you hiring all the Polish community to do your work. He's got a line on Polish women, Charles, and I'm not sure how I feel about that, but it sounds a little pimpy.
I feel like there's another side of the story there.
Yeah. It's like human trafficking. Fresh Polish women every week, fresh off the plane. You're like, easy, Bo. Like, no. Apparently, what's the new guy there? Sonic Solution records to tape. Oof. I don't see the point unless you're really good at quick passes, because every new pass it's degradation. And yeah, tape is so expensive too.
Yeah, Bo, she does.
Yeah, plus you have to find it.
Like she's like the madam, Charles.
Oh, like
oh, there goes Charles. He's just drink everywhere. He's picturing like full up like the head lady, like Little Whorehouse of Texas with the garter belts on. She's Dolly Parton. She's Dolly Parton is who she is. And that makes Bo Burt Reynolds, I guess. Well, he's got the mustache. And he might have Trans Am tucked in somewhere back in the back 40. We're not quite sure.
If he doesn't, he should.
Right there's Tony. He's only an hour and 15 minutes. See,
Cheers,
your
Tony.
show starts at 9 p.m., Tony. Mine start at 8 p.m. Yours start at 9. Mine start at 8. I'm just...
Don't waste my tape.
I'm on a roll. Sorry, Tony. I'm on a roll tonight. I'm just jacked up. I got to have this to calm myself down. Apparently, for an hour in, I've only had one joint. That's the problem, Ken.
But yeah, you need 2 joints in the morning and 2 joints.
So, don't waste my tape. Exactly, Steve.
And while you're waiting for 2 joints, you probably should smoke 2 joints.
Yeah, somebody
Well,
wrote a song.
yeah, I
about
may
that.
not have a copy of the album anymore, but I got a mug that I... Not that there was a kitchenette in the reception area.
Oh yeah, Metalwork Studio. Yeah.
So that's the place. I got a T-shirt too. That's right. And some other propaganda that I lost. Hey, Arky, thank you. And Sova, I actually had a song recorded with the band called FU on the album.
I'm going to be humming that for the next 2 hours. I don't wonder if you can ever...
Easy there. Eddie, I think, got into Trev's sauce. Hello, Ben. Hello, panel of distinguished-looking guests. Distinguished.
Whatever. Pardon?
I need some more sauce. Now that you're speaking of sauce.
Uh-oh.
Don't be scared, Terry. It's okay.
916 is also
I'm a trained professional.
916.
Dab or joint, dab or joint. Can we do a poll?
Yes.
Dab or joint?
Well, wait. I got to click start a poll first.
Sorry for all the work, Ben. I feel bad now.
And you know I love you.
And my favorite part is Ken with the hammerheads.
I kind of like the one with all the Tesi switches.
I like the one with the trees and the deer in the background that you kind of want to kill.
The deer you notice 2 hours into a hang, you're like, all of a sudden there's a fucking deer behind Ken. Yep.
Those are funny looking deers behind Ken.
I like the Earth idea, Trev. So why don't you do a bong hit while we wait for the poll results?
Get the bongs on the other side of the room.
And an edible.
Oh yeah, did I do a second edible yet?
Well, I'm up to 125. Just saying.
I can hear it.
Do I need to adjust my equalizer?
No. You're like me. You've got a. I can tell you're mentally there, Trev, but you got a numb jaw.
Not mentally here.
A little
I'm fucking
distressed.
now.
I was going to say he wants to sing, but, you know.
Don't get me started. Watch what buttons you push, man.
You're going to have some integrity here, folks.
There's some integrity right there, I tell you what. Where are we at?
I just had my wussy CBC one, so.
All day I slept on my glasses, so they're bracing an arm.
Yeah. CBC ones, yeah.
Looks like Dab's winning. But it's close, so I'm going to wait.
Mm-hmm. Why can't I vote?
Well,
Because you're conducting the poll.
You're biased. Yeah.
I'm not, though. How am I biased?
Well, because you're going to vote joint. You don't do Dabs.
Well, okay,
See you,
true.
Patty. See you, Patty Dill.
Is Patty leaving?
I have a quick question
she just
for
said, feels good. Give me
Martin has a
thumbs up.
question, Trev.
for the panel and for the chat. Does anyone know what kind of lacquer I could put over this with the reduced light?
Only you would get Gibson and Dorsey to sign a Strat pickguard, Martin.
Yes.
I like that. That's like when my cousin Doug had Nine Inch Nails sign the Marilyn Manson CD. Fucking moron.
How would just kind of thinking out of the box?
Not my fault.
Instead of spraying something on it, like why not a layer of like saran wrap, like a foam protector?
Oh yeah.
You mean like the pickup condom they put on at the factory?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Something like that.
Something like that.
All right.
Or something like you put also on cars nowadays.
Oh yeah, the skins.
That says automotive clear coat. I'm waiting for the good doctor return because he only shoots one kind of paint, clear.
Yeah, I've used that clear as well.
But yeah, you don't want it to like smudge out the writing at all, right? Because they could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was loosening up the paint at a small.
Easy, Bo. Bo's always got one. Oh, I got one of those pick arts signed by Alan Holdsworth. Easy.
Of course he does.
Yeah. Okay, but you know where it is, Bo. You know where it is.
It should be an inventory.
I'm losing all my subs tonight. I'm
Well,
way too
his daughter
I'm way
keeps
too fucking
inventory,
lucky.
so it's subjective. I'm just saying.
And this is why we love Eddie. There you go, Trev.
Well, it's
I
true.
know you're good if you have no underwear. I would go without underwear before I wore saran wrap. I'm just saying. As a fan of
I've never
All right,
worn
so it looks
some
like
wrap.
you're doing a dab, Trev.
fucking nudity.
Barely
Yeah, I get it ready here.
Well, I'm ending the poll.
I saw that.
I'm ending the poll.
All right.
Because
Dab
only
it
apparently
is.
32 people even bothered to
Now,
vote out.
are we going granny dab? I think we should. We should.
Oh,
go
that would be
fucking-
funny. Like, does the saran wrap...
Yeah, does it balloon?
Does it find a little crazy... Like a slow leak? Like... whistling? You know, like a bleeder valve? Like, what do you got going on there?
Dibby dab. Right? Because they say just a dab will do.
Like,
Yeah.
are you new, Rob? Are you new?
Oh,
While
damn it, it fell
Fred's
off.
doing his dab, I'm going to mention tomorrow night. Tomorrow. Doesn't sound the same as Sunday.
Monday.
I have no new tunes to play because I haven't learned any because I've been doing.
Night's not over yet, Ben.
I'm not learning
Don't
anything.
give up yet. Come on.
No. But I will be playing some songs as well. We got that album cover.
The countdown has begun.
Trev is starting a fighter chat.
I was just gonna say, and there it goes.
Whatever. I melted your face in person, Doug. Just saying. Yeah, Doug's number one request for me is always stop. That's his one and only request. Just stop. We got the bad album covers. We got live Q&A, of course. And I recommend if you make a recommend or a request for a tune, just ask for me to play a certain song by a band as opposed to a certain song, because bands have lots of songs, but I may not know the one you want. But you know, like Randy, if you go, hey, play me some Led Zeppelin. All right, well, you know, chances are I'm gonna pull out a Zeppelin riff or something. Although, holy crap on a cracker! It's big because of the color. The big ones are always that color, I noticed.
Well,
Thanks, Jeremy.
cool, dude.
Appreciate it. Troy, he
Go
says,
ahead,
congrats,
Mike.
Ben. Thanks for everything you do and the people you surround yourself with. So, appreciate that.
Pickups.
Right? Appreciate that. Yeah. Hoping tomorrow to get out to shoot some more demos. Even though I've got 2 weeks of demos in the can, Terry. One of the guitars they got in, because I don't know if you remember, last weekend, Long McQuaid did their attic event. So all the trade-in shit, they usually put it aside for a couple of months, you know, and then pull it all out on the floor for the attic sale. So they're pulling out all the stuff I hadn't seen. And one of the things they got is, might be an Epi, could be a Gibby, Tony Iommi Signature SG with P90s, with the chrome P90s.
Oh,
and the
the
wraparound
monkey.
bridge.
Signature
And
monkey.
Sure, go with that. So that on my list, and I didn't get a chance to do it. I ran out of time last week, so I want to get over there to do that.
That'll be a good one for you to try out.
Can you play Can I? Yes. Will I? Hurry. Somebody's got all the cylinders firing there. As
Out the front yard there.
Is Martin on the Autobahn?
It was Ken's neighbor there. Nope. Ken's neighbor liked to go ripping by. That was not a sound you hear in Austria often because that was
here. That was here.
Yeah.
That was 123rd and Maple Ridge.
Small block Ford than Chevy.
See, the guitars are real. There, I'm not in a car.
There's a school zone there, so I mean that guy was offside. That was out of bounds.
Yeah, but how many students are crossing the street at 6:25 on Sunday?
Doesn't matter, Ben.
Yes.
Still a ticketable offense.
True.
Oh, there's the cops now. Whee!
What's that? What's that? Doug's wife is real.
Just waiting for that sucker.
Yes, Ryan. As I said, I'm requesting you to do a Kristofferson song. What song?
I'm in.
I'm going to make a specific request. Even though, Randy, I know it's the whole rant about requesting just bands and not specific songs. Ken's like, fuck you. Ron Sexsmith. Easy, Ken. We're already fired up enough today.
Oh, yeah, I can be anti there.
E.T.
Kristofferson songs. I don't care if you wrote them or not. No. Sunday Morning Coming Down. Or Loving Her Was Easier. That was another one I really liked. He didn't write City of New Orleans. Steve Goodman did that, bastards.
I'm leading into Sunday Morning.
It's a deal. Thanks, Ryan. I appreciate it. 'Cause, Ryan, I know you can do a really good job doing Chris's material. I can hear it. You guys.
Mm-hmm.
You both have that nice whiskey laced voice. Sunday Morning Coming Down. See? Hey, do we do another poll?
No, I don't think we need to. It's unanimous. That's the one.
Want to try saying that word again, Trev?
Unanimous.
Fuck, you pulled it off too. God damn it.
Was that a sign? Do I need another shot?
No, I was just saying. No, I know you're mentally there, but I can tell you got a bit of a numb jaw because there's a little bit of a slurring. But.
Oh fuck! I've been slurry since 11:30 last night.
I don't know. I didn't see it that late. Yeah. You were supposed to be.
What? That was right about the time I left. So I mean, you kind of were close.
Yeah, but you said, "Oh, I'm gonna take it easy." It was only 8:00 his time. Like, "Oh, I gotta take it easy, quiet night." I'm like, oh,
I got a bottle of bourbon. Let's go.
Yeah, I figured no, because Ken, you know how I knew? You were in Charles's chat this morning. He was not.
Well, Saturday nights are usually.
I was waiting for Trevor to say,
yeah,
I did have a few slurs.
Oh, yeah, I would have hung out.
Safe to say, I saw the sun come up this morning, nevertheless.
That was a good episode, Herb.
Yeah, that was a great episode.
Terry, we can totally hear you typing on your mechanical keyboard.
Yeah, and this keyboard's supposed to be quieter than the previous.
I have a mechanical keyboard too, but I try to push down quietly so that they don't actually click.
I was all tiptoeing.
Yeah, I actually do.
I just use voice to text and
well, because my microphone's right here. It's just right above the goddamn keyboard, for Christ's sakes. I mean,
that sounds like a problem, Trev.
Well, you know what?
You can put it overhead, but then it won't catch it as easy.
Careful what you wish for, because the amplifier's plugged in. And when the Marshall's turned up to like
I can pull
6 or 7,
I can pull a Charles with co-host. See?
Indeed.
Seth's like, been there, brother. Been fucking there. Exactly. See, we know. We know.
What's that Scorpion song with the Sunday Morning? That's a good one. Loving you Sunday morning.
I just know Rocky Like a Hurricane.
Yeah, good tune. Opener from the Love Drive album.
Like,
Love Drive. Yeah, man, see. Ken knows.
Big City Nights. Yeah, I know that one too. That's it.
Easy. Now, see, that was a little more rock and roll. But
Yeah, well, makes
Love
me
Drive
think
was
of
good. And the sales of
Park Another
Sharon, I mean, that. Ooh, Joan Ross is crazy, man.
All right. I'm posing a question to the chat on behalf of what? Am I drinking?
You haven't even started that second joint yet.
All right.
See,
On behalf
I'm
of Randy,
influencing Ben with my alcoholism.
for Randy's benefit, because for those who don't know, Randy partakes in a variety of lifestyle choices on a Friday and listens to cool music. Recommend an album recorded between 1968 and 1974, because I know your jam, Randy, and I know you like your stuff in there. So recommend an album for Randy to listen to in that time period, folks.
Or any Rush album would work too.
Wizards.
Well, all of them.
Well, I don't have all of them. I've only got like 13 of them right now.
That's Ryan.
Yeah, you're right. Demons and Wizards.
Right. Yeah.
I do not have Uriah Heep. I've been looking for them though.
Indeed.
And I believe Uriah Heep is on their farewell tour.
Yes, I saw that a couple of weeks ago.
Like Randy came to still fucking touring. Yeah.
I could not name a single song from
After
Uriah Heep.
All right. We got some options here. Zeppelin 3, always a good one.
Bert.
Yeah.
The band's self-titled album. Yes.
I have that.
Billy.
Or hey, Charles. Oh, wait, hang on. I gotta think.
Quiet.
Every fucking
time. It gets me every time.
I know. Yeah. I like that. Derek and the Dominoes.
Brothers and Sisters. That's the Allman Brothers, I think. I don't have that one.
Just bump up the volume. Brothers and Sisters. No, easy. Not that at all. Something by Cream. Sure.
Disraeli Gears.
Well, circle back to clap.
Gears.
Thin Lizzy, I'll buy it for $1.
Sure.
I don't have any Thin Lizzy right now.
Okay. Blue Cheer.
No, don't have them either.
Okay. It is not.
I have that.
That's about half a century too new there, Sova. You're about. Charles, you have a recommendation between 68 and 74?
68.
Honestly, I'd go with the Cream album. I would go with the first Cream album.
No, Disraeli Gears is better, I
I'm
think.
going to say Beck's first album.
I'm going to go with Pink Floyd.
Which one?
Yeah, which one?
That one with...
that one that was released before 1974.
72. No, it was 72.
You're talking Dark Side of the Moon?
No.
No, that would be Saucer Full of Secrets.
What's that song? Fuck God.
The closest I could come to that would be Umagama.
We also have Electric Ladyland as a good mention. Yeah,
indeed.
I have that.
Terry mentions Blood, Sweat, and Tears. You could have said it, Terry, so we didn't hear the.
I don't have that, but
I hadn't thrown you under the bus in a while, Terry. You know, and Charles,
I have a lot of Chicago.
Get back here before we just immediately, you know. I like that. Yeah, Space and Time by 10 Years After.
I have that.
Yeah.
Beatles White Album.
I have the Beatles White Album. Minstrel in the Gallery, I do not have, but I do have some Tully.
Something by Frank Zappa, Hot Rats by Frank Zappa. Sure.
Oh, or Apostrophe.
Well,
Overnight Sensation.
Yeah, Apostrophe's a good one. Ooh, Exile on Main Street, a classic.
Do not have a lot of Stones.
Well, see, that's what's funny. You get
and Brady's ejected from the panel. What? No.
No, I have some. I just don't have a lot of it.
Okay. Well, at least you have some, Randy. At least you have some. Right.
Well, you have
Red, Mother Freedom.
I have it queued up, and I'm going to just give you a little bit.
You can't do more than 6 seconds, Trev.
I'll give you 4 seconds. No, never mind. One of these days, metal?
Wow.
Pink Floyd,
Throat Mask Replica by Captain Beefheart. Okay. Yeah. Aqualung. is always in order.
Yeah.
Sure. I will not recommend anything with Lou fucking Reed because he's no.
Well, how about that whole weird
I got issues with
Lou
him
Reed
too.
thing that
And
was
another fucking Ron Sexsmith. I'm just saying.
What was that? 1998, 99? That's a Metallica
I'm
and
well aware
Lou Reed are best friends now. It's like what?
But we're looking for music pre 1974.
Beggar's Banquet, The Rolling Stones.
That's a good one.
Stooges Raw Power is a good one. Yep. Easy with the Panther Man. I'm pretty sure that was one of the bad album covers last week.
I think it was.
I'm like, I know that name, Panther Man.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, I remember the guy who's all like, ooh. And we're like, ooh, easy.
Well,
Try
nobody
that.
brought
I'm
up,
just gonna give you 4 seconds. 4 seconds.
What the?
Sure. Great for acid trip.
That's the Pink Floyd you should be listening to.
That is actually one of my son's favorite albums.
Right. Now
That
people are
is
just
so
easy.
good.
Easy. The usual suspects here, Charles. They're starting pulling out alumni of the bad album covers I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Nobody's brought up Emerson, Lake and Palmer, or Yes, or
That isn't that a funny thing?
We already brought up Rush, the greatest
Well,
prog band of all time, Randy. There's
In
no
the
need
way
for
of
you.
yes, I saw Buford Wakeman, Howe, and what's his name?
That's a law firm,
Well, they
Trev.
had
That's
Tony
not a fucking
Levin,
band.
man. Tony Levin with his finger
Hey,
sticks.
first of all,
and
no.
shit.
Oh, Trev, for Charles' benefit, repeat the name of the band and tell me it's not a fucking law firm. What was the name of the band?
Emerson, Buford Wakeman, and Howe.
That's a fucking law firm.
It's a law firm.
And associates.
Basically, yes, without fucking.
Louis Cheatham
the
and
guy.
Howe.
Art, I have covered Lou Reed. I detest Lou Reed. I think he's one of the most overrated artists ever.
Yeah,
Period.
but again, you got another
because he
guy's
was friends
life
with,
and
Andy
the way
Warhol.
he
Yeah, he
fucking.
only became famous because he was friends with Andy Warhol, and Andy. Like,
So
back
what? To throw soup cans at fucking walls and make art.
I'm not a big Andy
There you
Warhol
go.
fan either, so easy. Proto, good to see. He mentions Morrison Hotel.
Happens to mention the One Doors album I do not have right now.
Fair enough. Which I think that might be the one Doors album I might actually have. No, I have one on vinyl too that I inherited from the parents' collection, which they somehow got. I should give them to Taft. Taft's like, I don't have a record player. I can come over and use yours. I'm like, no, you can't. No, you can't.
Sure.
There will be no Doors played on my turntable.
And L Bars, yes, I agree. Steve Howe is awesome.
Steppenwolf.
Double Steppenwolf
That was
Live.
a good album, though. Yeah.
Steppenwolf Live double album. Really good. Yeah, I knew that. That's what I was waiting for. So we say the Doors? No.
Nope. No one said it. Wasn't brought up.
Oh, go ahead.
What to do?
Take a shot at it, Mark.
Thank you. Holy crap, Michael Kroos and I are. It's like an eclipse. It happens every once in a while. See, you know how they got me to cover a Lou Reed song, Charles?
Mm-hmm.
We played it in rehearsal for 3 weeks, and nobody told me it was a Lou Reed song.
Out of curiosity, which one was it?
White
Was
Light.
the Wild Side? That was.
Oh, fuck no, I'm not doing Wild Side. Take a walk on the Wild Side. How about we don't? How about we
You
don't?
never know.
Have you ever heard?
White Light?
Chris, I do have Pretzel Logic.
Have you ever
White
heard?
Light.
My Love Is Chemical.
White Light. No, what's it? White Heat? Yeah. It's just G and then F to a C, back to G. So G, C, G, C, F, C, G. Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
Oh,
The
wow.
alphabet.
Earl. I'm not saying Earl's old, but I was -3 when you went to that.
Man, that's a week's lineup.
How did you have any hearing left?
Oh my!
Right? Because the Allman Brothers, not quiet. The Who, definitely not quiet.
ELP was not quiet.
Whoops. Hang on. All right. Any Blue Oyster Cult album.
I kind of lost
Dude,
Lewis
when they
Hold
really
after they
lose,
came out with Godzilla.
Go for the early stuff when Alfred was. All right, easy, Trev. Easy. No.
Oh God.
Yes, but David Gilmour is one of the biggest assholes when it comes to copyright. So easy.
Indeed. Well, that's why I only give it a second. But
Yeah, but he'll. Hey! I want 1/10 of a cent. I'm like, fuck you, David Gilmour.
that
Look, I'm poor. Look at me, I'm out
that lap
touring.
steel, man, and the way he plays that thing is like no other. He's the only guy that makes me think, how the fuck did you do
Well, we also need to widen your horizons when it comes to steel guitar, Trev.
that? Well, okay.
Well,
That's up to you.
Yeah,
That's not up to me. That's up to you.
I know. No, yeah, that I know. That's definitely a me thing. So we'll get you good and corrupted, right, Matt? Matt's on it too.
Matt.
Because what I hear is, Matt played that awesome Hawaiian music the other night. After our show on Monday, Matt picked up the Gretsch lap steel, and Trev's like, "What the fuck is that, Martin? Never seen a lap steel before, obviously." He's like, "What the fuck is that?" And then Matt starts playing like this Hawaiian music on it, and I'm like, "Yes!" Straight out of the Don Ho. And Charles is like giddy, and Bo's all excited, and Trev's like, "That's what it does." Trev went to school. He goes, I'm just a simple metalhead. Fuck off. Why do you know? They're like, look, Trev, that other dial, the one that makes it go loud. The other one, there's other music. If we move that dial up and down the radio station.
Detail. Yeah. I'm here for it.
I know. Trev is one of the most open-minded metalheads. Like, for a guy who's still hardcore metalhead, he's still very open to metal stuff. Although he was giving me a hard time. He's like, "Really? You were listening to Richard Marx the other day?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I was listening to Richard Marx." Lukather was playing guitar. So
Was not.
The best part about Richard Marx is probably he had Tim fucking Pierce playing guitar for him at one point or another.
No, it's Lukather. I just said that.
Well, I mean Luke. Oh, yeah, okay. I see you're Tim Pierce and I raise you.
I raise you as Steve Lukather. Oh, Trev, you missed it because you were asleep. I pulled a Bo in Pete Thorne's chat today.
Shut the hell up.
Well, Blue Serencino was saying, like, the big three, like, there's Pete Thorne, there's Tim Pierce, and there's Rick Beato for the three big YouTube channels. And I put, well, I've interviewed Pete and Tim. I guess I need to get Rick on my channel.
I would put Pete Thorne way above Rick Beato for abilities.
Now, actually,
and teachabilities. Now, Rick Beato, he is a professor.
See,
but he's not like Pete Thorne. Pete Thorne fucking gets it, and he feels it when he's playing it.
But since you missed today's interview, Pete was saying how much he missed out on the, like, reading music and stuff like that. Whereas someone like Rick knows all that stuff. So technically, Rick would be the superior teacher.
But does he? I think he fakes half of it.
No.
Yeah,
Rick taught at a college level,
fucking bookmark that right here, right now.
Yeah, but the thing Rick Beato's doing is he's playing the music that he's doing. He's not writing it. So
he's got a general grip on what's going on. But when it's happening, don't know if he's right in with it.
I'm not saying that Rick read Trev, but Rick is a very accomplished musician. Again, went to college to play music, ended up teaching music in college.
Well, funny thing. That's one of my favorite stories for sure.
Yeah. So there is that. So, why don't we talk about Rick Beato? Oh yeah, because I brought him up. That's how that happened. He was
your fault.
the album. If you ever get bored for an album, Randy, they're still throwing them in the chat here. So we'll just bookmark this show, and you're like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Because he's the last of the trifecta.
But one of my favorite things in the last year, my friends, my brethren of the guitar world, was with the Marty Friedman referring to what's his name? The instructor at Berkeley, the Japanese fellow.
I like Billy's line there, Charles. Uncle Larry's better than all of them.
Yep.
Well,
You might be right.
And Billy knows.
Billy's fucking biased. Cleveland rocks! Easy, Billy. I know. Joe Walsh and fucking Uncle Larry. Yeah, but Marty was corporate, Seth. That's the thing. Marty sold his channel 6 years ago to a corporate entity who boosted his channel up to the size it was, and just got it back in the last year. So, so
He had a hell of a time doing it, too.
he did. Proto says, listen to Beato's mode compositions on piano.
Yeah.
Circle the fifth! Circle the fifth! No.
well, I mean, he was one of my gateways.
Yep.
When I first came to the conclusion that I needed to learn guitar again.
Assuming that Kris is correct, because this could be Leslie West all over again.
Tomo Fuji, yeah. You got it, Kris.
I kid with Kris. I kid. He knows I'm kidding. I love Kris.
And Tomo's lessons are fucking on point. He's teaching you triads.
I sent Kris the link, but he refuses to join on his
play
iPad,
these triads.
We figured out how to cause the emojis now on the iPad. So.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah.
2 thumbs up.
Hey, I'm gonna say it. I figured out the digicals.
Come on.
What are the digitals here?
Where the fuck is he? God
One
damn it.
thumbs up does something.
He's
Two
not even
thumbs
here.
up does something. A thumbs down does something. 2 thumbs downs does something. The peace sign. 2 peace signs. Devil's horns.
Devil horns never worked.
No, because he's got like arthritic and his fingers are all fucked up.
No. The devil horns never worked. But the 2 thumbs up is my favorite.
Yeah. 2 thumbs ups, you get fireworks.
I think we need to have him on for a demonstration.
I agree.
Well, absolutely. I agree 100%.
Let's see. We're gonna grab the link, and we're gonna get him it now. Kris, you're gonna join on your iPad, aren't you? Outside smoking the dart.
Oh, see, there you go. It's like
The iPad is the trick, dude.
And lasers wouldn't work. Yeah, because apparently if you do a devil's horns, it's supposed to be freaking lasers. All right, see you, Jeremy. Have a good night. Thank you for your donation, and thank you for your continued patronage of watching. I do appreciate it.
Love you, brother.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Rock Daddy says the pork loin turned out excellent. I'll text you some. That sounds like he's sending a dick pic. I got your pork loin right here.
I kind of want to see that particular dick.
Hey, we got Brett in the chat.
Here's my buddy.
Hey, there he is.
General admission. God damn it. You're always Magic Man to me.
I'm glad you said that's been
Maybe
my
one
favorite.
day he'll just change his name back to Magic Man.
Magic Man. Come back to me.
It'll be
That
like
is
Magic Octopus. You're like, what the fuck?
No, octopus ears, and okay, I get it. But yeah, no. You'll always be Magic Man to me. Just saying.
Is it me or did Trev just sound awful Billy Joel there for a minute?
Oh, I can't if you really want.
We didn't start the fire. No, that's not the Billy Joel song people think of off the top of their head. That's the last one.
I'm thinking of banging Kylie Ireland. Oh, what's her name?
Play me a song, Piano Man.
Yeah, right.
Or good old Allentown, Charles. You don't want to forget Allentown.
That's right, you don't upset those Pennsylvania people if you do.
But unfortunately, you already started the fire. And now we didn't want to start the fire because
The only Billy
Ben
Joel album I
started.
have is the River of Dreams one.
Nice.
See Trevor break out into "So I'm Waiting Here in Burnaby."
See ya, Arf. Thank you for being in, my friend.
Not too far off.
All right. No camera. No camera, Charles.
No
Dance
camera.
monkey dance.
Yeah, because he's being difficult.
No, I can't get it to work. I can't figure out the digital.
Oh,
the
Jesus,
digital
you got the growls again.
I can't figure out the digitals. So
I call bullshit.
sorry.
I don't
No
know.
camera.
Chris, believing you.
I think you need to try a little bit harder, Chris. Okay? Because
Bro, Trev's
I'll try, Trev. I'll try
it's a
harder.
pretty weak effort coming in here right now, and I think you can do better.
Okay.
I believe in you, brother.
No one
I'll
needs to
try.
Trev's batteries, Charles. He's running down.
Yeah.
He's
So
not a perfect three-quarter speed, Trev.
Are you saying it's time for a Red Bull?
Yes.
Yay! Ben said Red Bull.
Not me. I can't. I'll have another edible.
I
Somebody
don't
else.
want
I'll have another edible and a Red Bull. How
And
about
he's
that?
a few. That's why I'm all hopped up. Oh, nose and everything. Hello, do I have any top tier down here? I don't either. If
Rock
any of
Danny,
you
yes.
guys
Grand
remember
Funk
Grand
Railroad
Funk
is awesome.
Railroad, of course we know Grand Funk. Mark Berner? You kidding me? Grand Funk was one of the largest bands, Charles. You know,
Indeed.
after the Beatles sold out Shea Stadium, it was Grand Funk that sold out Shea Stadium.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. I watched a whole documentary on Grand Funk Railroad. So I know. Damn straight. Oh, look at you. I meant
nice.
to click on.
And look who won.
Congrats, LRM.
Of course, it's not L and M.
Yeah, no, L and M. Yeah. That was a long
Yeah, I really.
time
This
ago.
is your best merch yet, Martin. I'm just saying. 335 valve opener.
Unfortunately, not ours, but
Oh, them right on it.
Got your logo. He's got all your information.
God, oh yeah.
almost.
They did do a good version of Locomotion. I'm just gonna say, I like their version of Locomotion. A lot of bar bands played their version of Locomotion when I was younger.
They got the people out dancing.
The first one I remember.
Yep. Oh, Trev's back. He's gonna put his cans on because he refuses to turn the speakers on.
Oh, so I
The
don't
neighbors
know.
don't need to hear what we're talking about. That's good. You missed it, Trev. Charles gifted a membership. So there we go. Sova doing his impersonation of Guitar Man 45 here, Charles. I grew up 10 miles from the Grand Funk Garage at Granny's house where they practiced. And you could probably fucking hear it, too. I wouldn't.
That's right. You
Is
never
that
can
one
tell
loud?
with community, though.
Yeah,
There's
that-
lots
those,
of surprises
those
in this.
long rattling bass rhythms. Remember, he would say. And the adequate drumming.
Oh, my.
Yeah. And you remember what that was? The here's your rock history, folks. There's Grand Funk Road. Then there was Jefferson Airplane, which turned into Jefferson Starship. And then there was the Alan Parsons Project, which I believe was some form of hovercraft.
Or a really bad line from an Austin Powers movie.
Was it Jefferson Starship or
There was
Jefferson
no
Air-
hovercraft.
Well, it was Jefferson Airplane, then Jefferson Starship, and then it
The
was
line,
just
Brad.
Starship.
When Homer is explaining music to Bart, even though Grand Funk came out after Jefferson. But it was great. Yeah, because Alan Parsons Project. And then the side, which I believe was some form of hovercraft. Flint, Michigan. There we go.
Exactly. It was Dr. Evil's master plan.
Alan Parsons did mix Dark Side of the Moon. Dark Side of the Moon. He was also on the rooftop for the Beatles concert.
Was he really?
Was.
Trav, stop. Stop. No more. No more, Trav. No more Pink Floyd.
Is that really true?
Yes. If you watch Rick Beato's interview with Alan Parsons,
Yeah.
they show a shot of the rooftop. He goes, "See that fuzzy spot there?" Because it wasn't a high resolution. See that fuzzy spot? That's me. I went, oh, okay. He's one of the guys huddled down because he was an engineer at whatever that was, Abbey Road or EMI still at the time or whatever the fuck, wherever they were. But he was there for that because he had also worked on Beatles stuff. And then, he went from Beatles to Pink Floyd, and then even went out on the road for the Dark Side of the Tour. You're like, you go to the concert, trust me, wow, that was a good sounding concert. Yeah, Alan fucking Parsons is running front of house PA system. Like, who has Alan fucking Parsons as their sound man on tour,
right.
Trev?
Did you watch the Beato? The Beato interview with Alan Parsons was amazing.
Yeah.
Fuck, that guy
Charles
is
is
so
behind her.
awesome.
See, unlike me, Charles hasn't watched all of Rick's videos. He's watched all of mine. But not
No, I have not. You know, it takes a fellow a lot of time to watch all yours.
I know. I'm like a shotgun blast. I just mass produce a lot of shite, and it's funny. You want to hear something funny? When I was sending Martin the link, I noticed I had this message.
From Rory?
No. Fuck no. That's not due for another 5 days, 5 weeks.
If you know, you know.
Hello, we're this musical instrument company I'm not going to mention, that are focused on guitar pedal board related products. I don't know what that means. So pedals? What the fuck? You know. Anyways, after watching dozens of your YouTube videos, dozens, I have to say your videos are really professional. Again, are you watching them with the sound on?
Well, but I mean,
I agree. Very
Ben,
professional.
You do meet the grade for a professional. I would agree.
You got your own style.
Compared to some of the shit that's out there, you are absolutely in
they
the
definitely
grade.
did a demo of their product, but it's one of those we'll offer you the product in compensation for doing the video, and the product is a guitar stand. No.
No.
Well, that's the beauty of the Gorilla guitar demo. Is that you're just
I haven't done a Gorilla guitar demo in 6 months.
But you're just walking in there and you're just grabbing a guitar and you're playing it. It's not like you have any kind of affiliation.
Charles, it's a basic guitar demo, Trev. I do basic riffs, basic tones to give you a basic understanding, basically.
And our parking lot hangs are completely professional. I agree.
I do miss it as I do miss hearing it as a Gorilla guitar demo.
Yeah. Hey, Mark. Because I know he's watching on the phone.
What did it say? Mr. How about a what?
Didn't Ace Frehley Sauce keep it going with Frehley's Comet, Ben? Just saying. Yeah, well, I'd like to think so, because I bought the first album and the second album, which is Frehley's Comet and Second Sighting. But if you listen to Rock Soldier lately, Kris, it's not good.
Yeah, it's awful.
It's not good. It's better than that
It's
fucking
awful.
Walking on the Moon fucking song you brought out with the fucking spacesuit with the nipples.
Hey, that video was special.
That was something. Yeah, of all the videos I've ever seen, it was definitely one of them.
There was a
We're gonna pick up these spacesuits with nipples on them.
Yeah.
They do for Ace. And
Well, among
it
other
would have been
things.
nice, Randy, if the man did a couple sit-ups prior to wearing the one-piece spacesuit, because he looked pregnant, for lack of a better term.
With the production value of the junior high school.
Yes! Trev, Billy has it. Ben needs to do Gorilla Soda Pop tastings. Just walk into a store and crack one open. That would be hilarious. And Charles, like, I have to have someone filming too, right? So,
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah! Look, we got one of these. Cool.
You have to have the church key in your pocket, right?
Oh yeah,
And then put it back.
yeah. But the best part is you go. Oh, it tastes like shit. Whip.
Yeah.
I think the security
Behind the
cameras.
counter.
Clean up on
I think
aisle
the security
4.
camera footage would capture all that.
Well, see,
I think
ask
that would be good.
security cam
That would be
footage.
the B-roll.
Place that in for B-roll. Exactly. The B-roll is the security cam footage, including the whipping of because they got the overhead for the cashier, and you see him ducking behind the counter as a projectile, whatever cold snack it is. I like that idea, Billy.
Yeah, we can get that footage from Canadians Most Wanted.
Where'd you find the
Canadian
footage?
Tire.
6 o'clock news. Oh. All right. Where'd you get your new thumbnail? Post office.
Could be.
They got a nice camera down at the cop shop. Do a video blog and join the jail.
Yeah.
I've been going all day with a pair of glasses that are missing
That's quality,
the
Trev.
right arm.
Nobody noticed. You could have got away with it if you didn't bring it up.
I just want to say that, I mean, that crippled John DeJane. John, where the fuck are you?
I don't have a Five Guys near me, Mike.
Okay, Ben, so I have a question.
Okay, who can play the fucking...
Right. Easy there,
Song.
Interrupter 5000. Charles just said, I got a question, then Trev starts talking.
I was still talking, but Charles interrupted me. Is the way
You were
I'm
breathing.
coming
Oh,
back.
by all means, Trevor. Go ahead.
Does anyone know how to play the...
Hey, I heard Trev is missing one of the things off
From-
his glasses. I think he
Third-
mentioned that once tonight.
And, yeah,
Oh, sorry, I didn't
Those
mean to interrupt.
encounters are the third kind. That whole...
Yeah, it's a D chord.
That's how he refuses to turn on the
Kris.
camera, Charles.
Close
Yeah,
Encounters
right.
is a D chord.
Nah, I can't hear you because your camera's not on.
Oh, sorry.
Can't read your lips. You know, as Kris says, sorry like a true Canadian, too. I like
Yeah.
that.
Sorry.
Just immediate. Sorry. Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
I love how he lingers on the art.
Well, but, the best part is the gerbil. I mean, he's still got the demons. Why are the demons back? Is the
I
band?
find that hard to believe, Tom Lyle. He says Foo Fighters call it quits. No, because Dave's got to pay child support for the next quarter century, so he ain't fucking retiring anything. It could be
I
Dave.
gotta just sit
Guys
down
all
and
through.
figure that out.
And you can't keep doing barbecue for the homeless either.
What was the
You
question,
had a
Charles?
question?
No, so the question was,
Yes.
when we think about what Ben has done on YouTube,
Look what you
I
did.
remember that
Just
question.
look at it.
What?
He left blue marks everywhere. Everywhere.
No, but I'll allow it. Carry on.
well, the thing I've always been curious about, because one of my favorite things has always been Greasy Weasel.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I'd like to know what the inspiration for that was.
The origin story of Greasy Weasel. All right.
Have you met Ben? I mean, look at him. And if you spend any time with him, and you love him, and he's such a fucking cool guy, I mean, you just know. Greasy Weasel is like the ultimate soundtrack for his persona. Come on, Charles. You must have noticed. Are you just promoting?
So the year would have been 2018, 2019, 2019.
6, 7
No,
years.
more
Sounds about right.
2018.
Huh?
More
Sounds about
2018,
right.
I think.
You think it was 2018?
I think so.
Well, what it was sure. What it was
What was it?
I had recently acquired my first LPD 87 from Brian S. because he's stupid enough to sell Lawrence pedals. Trev,
Who?
Yeah. moron. Anyways, but he's all in the chat. Oh, I still have my OG LPD. I'm like, no, you fucking don't. You sold it to me, and I sold it to Laz. Laz has your OG fucking pedal. You poser. Anywho's, I digress. Oh, there's an extra paper.
Indeed.
And
Wow.
so, what happened, Charles, was we had the 87 fairly newly acquired, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then we had the made in Japan EVH Wolfgang newly acquired, okay? And, hang on. And then newly acquired was this drummer pedal that I got for jamming for myself, okay?
All right.
Well, in fact, #1 video on the channel, the demo of this. Just
Seriously.
Excellent.
yeah, as soon as COVID hit, through the roof, because everybody was stuck at home playing along to one of these. So I found a rock beat. I started listening to it, I had the guitar tuned to drop D, and I started just doing a dun dun dun. You know, Trev knows as a metalhead, just a dun 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 dun. You know, like your standard Cliff Williams bass line. And then I kind of wrote the song right then and there. Pretty much phonetically. I started with the chorus that I start the song with.
Right.
And then when it came to that rundown that I do, that descending scale for the main riff, or the verse riff, we'll call it.
Just makes sense.
I'm not saying I kind of ripped off Van Halen's Feel Your Love Tonight, but in D instead of E.
Right.
Different rhythm, obviously, but
Wait, was that just an All Roads reference?
No, it's not. Because I was playing on a Wolfgang, I think.
Settle down, Charles. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm already playing it on a Wolfgang. Easy, Charles Green. Charles Green, I fucking told you, Coombs. I'm like, I know, Chuck. I know.
No.
So I basically wrote the whole song like I want to say 10 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe, Charles. And then I remember I played it and I didn't, and it got kind of stuck in my head. I went, oh,
Exactly.
that never happens. I never get an earworm, like to the point where a couple hours later, come back down to the studio, play guitar, and most people know I only play guitar once a day, kind of thing. Went down, played it again. See you, Seth. Went upstairs a few hours later, came down a third time, played the song. I'm like, oh, okay. And then it just stuck, and I made a voice recording it all on the phone. Again.
Rock and roll, brother.
Trev hitting buttons randomly, I guess?
Yeah, I am. No, that was on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Fucking
story, but if you
hammerhead.
want to look at
Fucking hammerhead.
I thought you said those were deers.
Okay, carry on, Ben. No, I didn't mean to interrupt your speech. It was video, not audio. Carry on.
So, anywho's, yeah. So wrote the song, and then around that time, I started playing live on Monday nights. So yeah, it would have been 2019. Definitely would have been 2019 then. Then I played it. I said, "Hey guys!" Wrote a song. I think I might have even started a show with it or something. Like I hit go live with just the drums playing, and I opened a show with it essentially. And didn't have a name for it for a number of days, weeks, and original handle was Soda Pop, then became Soda Pop 79, and then possibly something else. I haven't seen him in years. Fellow Canuck. He was the one I said, somebody name it, and he came up with the name Greasy Weasel, and I was like, fuck, done. And then Doug always calls it Squeaky Squirrel. So it was right before that Squeaky Squirrel song.
It's a weasel. Man, it's so good, man.
Yeah.
No,
and
I
so that's how
was
it was. And it was literally the song wrote itself, Charles, because the high output pickups into the LPD 87 on the red channel, which gave me that fucking tone, and then it was just literally, it was just inspiring. We'll say the tone inspired me, and and that song just fell out of me, and I fucking wish I could do that again.
Wow, but
that's usually the
again,
best way, though, is when a song
to
just
spend
comes tumbling
hours in
out
this-
like that. You know,
spend
it's
hours in-
something that you work on and hammer on for hours and days and weeks.
But we didn't
for me, years is just that's the stuff that
Now there is other pieces
tumbling out
I've
is
literally been
usually the
working on
best.
for years that aren't completed yet. Like I've got several parts of the song, some I've got riffs, some I've got like verses, some are choruses, some are that and lack of bridge.
But
some
you
are
see,
complete
and then
songs
you have
with lyrics.
a newcomer who comes into the crowd and says, "Hey, that's pretty cool. I like Greasy Weasel, but I'm gonna take your Greasy Weasel. I'm gonna raise you, you fucking wombats." I mean,
Wombats.
you inspire.
Okay.
Yeah, the wombats. I mean, okay, everybody know what a wombat is? Do I got to go down this road?
I know what a wombat is, but I don't know what it has to do with the song.
Well, I mean, you took the weasel.
He's
And
one
if
up.
you take the weasel with its general fucking rhythmic sound.
This is not 70s drag racing. We're not sneaking the mongoose.
So squeaky wombat? Is that what you mean, Trev?
Thank you, Mark, and it's been a pleasure having you along for the ride. So, for those who don't know that are newer to the channel, Mark Taft and I have known each other damn near 40 years at this point.
Yeah.
But when I got back into... I can't remember if Mark came on board for when I was still doing sound production, but definitely by the time I got into playing, Mark basically was my roadie through most of it. If there was room in the vehicle to bring him along, he came along, type thing. Great asset to, for a fellow like, like my wireless pack. Oh, the battery died. I need a 9-volt battery all of a sudden. Mark say, hey, I saw a convenience store down the street. I'll run down and grab you one so you don't have to. Thank you. It's because it doesn't take much to throw you off prior to a show at times, depending on the headspace you're in, right? Ken, you know what I'm talking, especially like playing a venue you've never played before. For some reason, I was very lucky that most of my out-of-town gigs, we were headlining or co-headlining, so we were expected to put on a performance, so there was some pressure, and Mark helped alleviate that. It could be something simple. Let's go out and smoke a joint, and he'll make me laugh for 10 minutes. Just to de-stress, get your mind off things. Or you accidentally pop your shoulder out of its socket reaching for snow brush for your van, and then you have to have Mark pop your shoulder back in, and he's Randy, the funniest fucking thing, because he's got my shoulder, and he's like, I can feel it moving, and he's doing the Jim Carrey dry heaves while he's trying to, I'm like, just put it in, and my girlfriend's standing there smoking, just laughing her ass off to death, just absolutely dying, and Mark's just, here goes, I'm like, no, puke after you pop it in, and it's like, just pop, and he's in, I know it's in, and then, yeah, and
that's a true roadie. That's a true roadie for life.
I had to put my guitar strap down as low as possible because it wasn't fully in, and I was in a lot of pain, so I couldn't really lift my arm. So I basically had to play with a dead arm. Like, it's not easy to play down around your knees. That's what I'm saying. So, yeah. So yeah, Mark's been there. Ooh, all right, we got an offer on the Squire RB6. Hello, is it still available? And if so, what kind of trades you're looking for? Well, Alex, I'll let you know.
What do you got, Alex? What do you got?
Yeah, yesterday's offering was a 40th anniversary Squire Jazzmaster, to which I said no because I don't like Jazzmaster.
Too many switches.
Yeah, well,
and bullshit.
you never use the rhythm circuit. I don't like those big single.
I'd just rather have a guitar.
They're not P90. Fuck off. They're fucking P90s. They're big ass single coils of P90s. I know Terry likes them. I don't like them. I don't like them. And then I thought, now I'm stuck with a Jazzmaster I got to try to flip. No. So I told the guy, if you're going to trade for that telly of approximate value, because I can flip a telly any day of the week.
Right.
Tellys are possibly the easiest guitars to flip, Trev. Just saying.
Also, if those are the ones that I'm thinking about, they're known to have issues.
These ones, it was the white one with the gold pick guard and the white pickups. Kind of looked like a J Mascus, but not, because it doesn't have humbuckers in it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there was too many videos done on those ones being bad, but I know the other ones with the inlays on the fretboard had quite a few flaws in them.
Yeah. See, Mark hasn't even commented since I mentioned him, Mike, because he's off. Just the memory alone of it has Mark curled up in a fetal position on his living room floor, trying not to puke on his floor. So,
wait, is Bo saying he doesn't have a Jazzmaster?
you can get one. Doesn't mean I'm going to play it, Bo. Bo, you can get all kinds of stuff. No, I can't.
Yeah, that does seem like an omission he doesn't have.
Remember that thing I said to you, Charles, that you replied, oh my, and I thought Bo might either like or have a fit about? with the two guitar companies. You ready for this one, Martin? Because I know you like this stuff. Taylor guitars are nothing but the acoustic equivalent of PRSs. Changed my mind. Both well made, play nice, but kind of lacking soul. Just say it. See, you know what I'm
I
not
could see
hearing on
that
the
take.
panel, Charles? There's 7 people here, including myself, and not one person's disagreeing with me.
No one is.
They're all pondering it. Ken snickers.
I'm thinking through it.
Well, if you think through it really, when you think of the difference between a Taylor and a Martin, it's that Martin bottom end that really makes it, right?
Right. And the V-neck they no longer do.
Oh, V-neck
Unless
sucks.
on
So.
the-
One job, Martin. V-neck on your acoustics.
Unless you're
Why are
having
you
a
yelling at me?
signature
I'm
model.
not yelling at you. I'm yelling at I know. Yeah, but you also play a Jazzmaster, Mike, so... and Dean Electros. So
Is he making your point?
I think he's making my point. You would love
Making
a
your
Taylor,
point about
Mike.
Taylors?
Mike, you would love a Taylor. I'm just saying. Bo has unsubbed. He's also retracted all payment through memberships and Patreon. Very active, so I have a negative bank balance. He's blocked me on social media. Search film guy.
Ben,
Said it, Trev. Taylor guitars are nothing but the acoustic equivalent of PRSs. Changed my mind. I know. All right. Well, ooh, of course you have an 814 Builders edition. That's it goes along with your PRS 10 top.
Yeah.
See what I'm doing there?
not your run of the mill Taylor for a couple of grand.
Yeah, those are both. See, Mike, I knew it, Charles.
Yep.
But also, he snagged it for like $100. So then I got to go.
Well, man,
Could you imagine? Terry, I'd have a fucking ulcer if I lived in Mike Cross's neighborhood. Because you look back here, it'd be all fucking Dane Electros and fucking Taylors and bullshit. But then I'm like, yeah, there's 15 guitars back there. I got $600 into all of them. Because Mike finds the deal. How many times, Terry, at a Water Buffalo meeting, Mike's like, check it out, got this Dane Electro. I'm like, yeah, fucking, how much you pay for that? He goes, $75. You're like, oh, fuck, I'd snag that.
Yeah, you can't complain, right? Yeah.
No, the man, Charles, all right, I'm not saying you're cheap, Charles. You're cost effective. But you got to respect Mike on his guitar purchases.
No, he is the king.
Oh, and by the way, feel free to fabric wrap any Dane Electro because they ain't going to sound any fucking worse.
In fact, they could actually sound better.
It could, and it won't look any worse either.
True.
Oh. Wow, I probably shouldn't smoke this strain anymore. It's getting
Probably not.
It's
'Cause
like
you said Taylors are the equivalent of PRSs. I think breedloves are the equivalent of PRSs.
bullshit.
Not Taylors.
Breedloves are
Wait,
great.
well,
okay, I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that, Chris. I used to like man.
But before we cut that, do you have any Taylors?
All right, so hang on here. We got Mike also mentioning he actually paid $25 for a Squire 51. Okay, no, you already got them in the cases. Those things don't see natural light.
What did you say, Ken?
He said, I'll pretend I didn't hear Chris's comment regarding breedloves because Ken has a breedlove. Mark's laughing his ass off. He made it back.
I just love the hammerhead.
He probably dropped his phone from laughing so hard in the dry
yeah,
heat.
for sure he did.
But fuck yeah, that's one of those things about playing in a band. You can't make that shit up. Being literally out front of a venue and him trying to put your shoulder in for like 5 minutes while dry heaving. Like it's a Spinal Tap situation. I'm like, come on, I gotta go on stage in half an hour. And he's like, He's like, fuck, you can't. And then we had a blizzard. That was the same night we had the fucking blizzard.
Oh,
Hey,
That's why I grabbed up the snow scraper.
you gotta do what you gotta do. You put your fucking boots on, you saddle up, and you go do what you gotta do.
I was doing that. I was grabbing a snow scraper because it was snowing so hard already at the venue. I wanted to clean off the inches of snow. I had to get into the back of the vans or something. I didn't open up the back and all the snow blow in.
Right. True testament. Fucking getting music.
Yeah, so I reached back, and as soon as I went, it just pop. I went, oh no, because I've done it before, and that shoulder was fucked for a year or so.
Wow.
Because then the frozen shoulders snuck in, and then I was always playing my guitar super low because I couldn't raise my right arm for a year above about here.
Yep.
It fucking sucks.
Damn it. That's good.
And then, ironically, is Doug's wife's real, Trev. You know how I cured that frozen shoulder? My ex helped me. I went over to Rich's place. I drank
I
myself
have an
into
answer,
oblivion,
but I don't want to.
passed out on his couch, woke up the next day, Terry, and went, oh, because I popped the shoulder into place, tossing and turning on his couch in a drunken stupor, and slept right through the excruciating pain. And I was like, I woke up, I'm like, well, I'm single for the first time in 13 years. That sucks, but holy fuck, my arm feels great.
Right? Ready to go for a fucking 1,000 hours. Let's go.
Yin and yang, right?
Yeah.
Ready for the next woman.
It's amazing how getting rid of that 120,000. Yeah.
That's right.
Once you get rid of that extra weight, it really does fucking help.
Mark snagged us. It's been on the channel. We've done setups on that guitar. I don't think it currently even has a set of strings on it. The last time it looked a little pitiful, Mark, when I saw it the other day. I'm just saying. It doesn't even have a set of strings on it. And then Bo was just virtual signaling here. He goes, okay, fine, I'll stay here in the corner with all these tailors. And I'm just picturing, those pictures with the guys with the guitar collections all over them. He's like, where? He's texting his wife, Jeanette, come out here. You got to take a photo I can send to Ben. And he's going to send it to me in like fucking 3, 2, 1.
Send him a link.
In the box.
Get him in here.
Tailors are nice.
We're almost ready to wrap things up.
One open square.
We're getting ready to wrap things up because it's been over 2 hours.
Wrap
already.
things up, but I mean, with Bo.
Oh, there's an afterhang.
But then I'll make a shameless plug.
Trev. You have the ability.
I mean,
in theory, you have the ability.
I do, but I didn't have permission, so I didn't. I did go on to Facebook, which is the only way I have to communicate with Bo.
I thought it didn't have strings on it, Mark. I apologize. All right.
Somebody's got to play a
Can
song.
someone ban Michael Krause from the chat, please? No.
That's what I said, reading that and I'm like going,
Thank you, Mike. I agree.
Wow. When we're about to wrap up, I'll make a shameless plug. We'll have quite a few videos from the Guitar Summit coming up the next few weeks.
Cool.
Also, one
I got to get you down here in the chat.
One from me jamming with Jared James Nichols. I was horrible at it, but still.
Hey, you said you have
good fun.
Forward to those.
You got to cut that. Just cut that little clip out, and that's like your little inspirational quote.
That sounds fun.
And if you missed Charles' show earlier, I told the most embarrassing Jared and James Nichols story on his channel.
But he's a really cool dude.
That was awesome.
I'm sure he was not mad at you at all. He was just laughing.
As I say, Ken or Charles, I've been an entertainer a long time, and I don't mind being the butt of the joke. And hey, if I'm stupid enough to do it, I'm stupid enough to tell the story.
Yeah,
I was going to relay it, but I'm not. Go watch Charles' show if you haven't to hear the story. And by the way, if you haven't already, please subscribe to Charles. Thank God, we got to get him past 460 subs. It's been a year and a half.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
Right.
That's just
hashtag
wrong.
treading water. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Charles 75N.
I tell you though, one of the nice things about the folks that are subbed to me, they stay subbed and they watch the videos.
They do.
So it's very appreciated.
Well, and that's why I don't mind inviting myself on too, because I look, and half the chat's Water Buffalo members, so we're among family there, as well as but you have your I can think of, I'm going to say minimum 10% of your chat I know is not from me. Like there's a core there that, and I love them,
but no, they're crossovers, Ben.
Alien. I only see them in your chat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, although I'd like to see them in my chat. Be nice.
Well, you know, that's what I like about the folks in my chat. They're loyal. They watch. They continue to watch. You know, so if it grows that slowly, that's okay, as long as they continue to watch.
Exactly.
See, Mark, you get too many subs. How much extra work is that going to provide you?
Nothing. He just does his thing, holds court. Let's be honest, he's just taking a page out of my book. And I do sweet fuck all for preparation. You know that. So
there's no doubt.
Thanks,
There's
Jeff.
a lot of copying from Ben's channel to my channel. There's just,
and I'm fine with that. You know, the funniest was, I swear to God, the first time I tuned into an L&M Guitar Corner, and I'm watching it, I'm like, this is fucking me and Rich, but with an Austrian accent. And especially because you're reading the chat on your phone, you know, the two of you on camera, and it was just very much like the original Canucks Guitar Show. And it just I was like, it's like we outsourced it to Austria. This is fucking awesome.
It's funny because I don't even feel like it's a show. I just show up and hang out with my friends, and it's always a good time.
Yeah, it's essentially that. Yeah.
When you first tuned in, Trev, the show, well, the song. He's like, I wouldn't go that far. It was song. There's Wayne McConnell. I'm just giving Wayne a random shout out because Wayne's been here the whole time.
hey, Wayne.
Wayne, still in my thoughts and my heart, brother. I really want to give you a hug.
Whoa. Moving the ovations in front of the Martins. Oh.
Whoa. why do I think that Ryan Hall should be on board with that?
Because now you just got to move them out of the way to get to the Martins when you actually want to play it.
I feel bad for not sending him a link an hour ago. So I want to see that.
I don't think that's really true. Don't tell Michael.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Of course, you got a couple.
I'm not looking at Gretches over here, just so you know.
No,
It's okay.
No, he's looking at Martins.
He's looking
All
at
right.
guilds.
So, quick, raise your hand on the panel if you currently have a 12-string Sigma stashed under your desk.
Under my desk? No.
Hey! Look, he's figured out his camera all of a sudden.
Oh.
Come on. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up.
Siskel's.
Come on. Give me some fireworks, motherfucker.
No, we can wait for the end of the show. Wait for the sign off.
Oh, God damn it.
Come on, we want
Tease.
the big
You're
bang.
such a tease.
I know. Wait for the big bang.
Yeah, there's no peace sign. So, yeah, we will probably wrap things. Yeah, we're at the bottom of it. It's been 2.5 hours. It should have been 2 hours for 2 million, but hey, we got bonus content.
Hey,
I'm not tired.
when it's going well, it's going well.
I'm not tired. You're tired. I know.
Yeah, fuck you.
Okay,
I'm,
maybe.
I'm impressed that Martin's still awake. I just see him.
Well, yeah, there's that.
I'm
just waiting
just
for
about
Trev
ready to
pull
start
the
playing
control line.
music.
Let's start a band and fuck
plugged
some
in.
chicks in the ass. No, easy.
Let's go.
I'm in.
My song.
Right.
Like, go.
We won't be playing
That's
any
what we
Rush.
do.
Yeah. If you haven't already, check out the video Dad Band. Just do a search for Dad Band.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's cool.
Y'all need to experience that for sure.
Bo, you might not want to watch it.
Very funny.
You know, because you're in the midst of putting together, well, dare I say, Bo's putting together a granddad band?
Okay, I'll allow it.
You know, he's technically his grandfather.
Technically.
More of a
Absolutely.
godfather when it comes to the Polish community, but a grandfather. No, I
want pierogies. God
I did.
damn it.
I was gonna say pierogies.
Yeah, bootleg pierogies as well. Perfect.
Oh. Fuck yeah.
No, we're definitely having pierogies when we go to Bo's house. His mom
America.
makes amazing. Charles, I think even you'll fucking approve. You're like, holy shit. I'm like, yeah, right? You're like, no, you don't understand. What I thought was awesome pierogies, because I know you're a pierogi fan. Then you'll just be like, damn. I was like, right?
I tell
How'd you know what
it's another story altogether.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, because doesn't your mom make them like 3 nights a week for various people? Like, I think they do a community outreach and they just
That's a
bring
lack of
over
pierogies.
pierogies to your home if you're maybe financially not doing well, and you get which all right, hello, right here, where's Ben? In the fucking house, hanging out with Grandma. Of course, great Grandma, I guess.
Grandma knows everything.
She does. She does.
Indeed.
And I bet you she still has no problem taking a wooden spoon and slapping Bo if needed.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
You don't
I would bet.
Bo and live.
Right? Or his
I would
brother.
bet.
Or his
She
brother.
don't care. Grandma don't care. She can fucking smack your ass if you're doing something stupid.
Call Children's Aid. I won't. I'm 62.
Go ahead.
I'll call them anyway.
I dare you.
On that note, we should probably wrap things up. Check out Charles Fridays and Sundays on the Charles 75 network and affiliates. The affiliate being Seth's channel. That's the affiliate station. Other than that, check out Terry. Apparently, he'll get a guitar, make a 5-minute video playing on it, and then make a 3.5-day long video talking about him playing the guitar. Martin has interviewed all the major stars that were at Guitar Summit in Mannheim. There's something going on in Mannheim. Like, you got a auto racetrack. There's something going on in Mannheim. I don't know what it is, but I know Mannheim for some other reason. I think German touring cars race in
Wasn't there
Mannheim.
a
Steamroller?
Mannheim Steamroller?
Well, another thing, there were significant units of the 8th Infantry Division in Mannheim as well. So
Well, there's that. Also, yeah, so lots of content coming out, as well as live streams, which are always fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes, well, half of us that are on here end up over there, which is always fun. They're more than nice to have us on. I think they do it just for chuckles, Charles. I think that's what they're doing. They're secretly,
Oh, I know.
yeah.
We just
So-
enjoy your company. It's not for chuckles.
Uh,
And if
Ken,
we're chuckling together.
Ken doesn't put out his content, but apparently he fucking shows up here like once a month. So, because this is like his 25th appearance, apparently. Randy, who's probably, I'm going to dare guess, Randy, the longest alum of the Sunday Night Hang?
I don't know. Could be.
Because I'm thinking, like, I'm pretty sure, like, our first show together was before anybody else on the panel, although outside of group hangs. Because, fun fact, folks, part of the original CWG roundtable, Terry was part of the 2.0 roundtable. That's right. Way back when. Kris has been on a variety of shows over the years. He doesn't like to show up one-on-one. He needs someone to hold his hand. I don't know why. He's a hell of a guy.
he's awesome.
Facts you didn't know.
Trev here, he thought I skipped him. Right overhead. Yay! So yeah,
that
Trev
better.
here, you can see intermittently here on the channel. Plus, he's producer of Canucks with Guitars. I'm trying to talk about you, Trev. Show yourself. Don't be hiding. Don't be pulling the crib. So Trev here is producer of Canucks with. Jesus. There we are. There he is. And as well as one of the chief ball, well, really, he's the only one that knows what the fuck's going on that trans channel thing. Fucking Ryan. All Ryan knows how to do is he doesn't even barely do that. It's all Trev. It's all fucking Trev. Trust me. Ryan. See, if Ryan was here to tell me different, he'd say something. But look at that. See? Fucking silence. He knows it. You want to have a good quality YouTube show? Get a fucking Canuck to run things. I'm just saying.
Get a Trev.
It helps.
There you
Or, in Charles' case, imitate a Canuck. Either way works. Dealer's choice. I had a lot of fun tonight, as you can tell. Ranted more. Martin brings out the rants in me. I don't know why. He didn't say much, but it happens. And I know you enjoy a good rant. Because
Always.
we started doing like your reverb listings and your local Craigslist equivalents with some of that fucking abominations. God,
With the guitars.
I'm already thinking about it again. Like, and then he's like, "Oh, they're asking $12,000 for it." I'm like, "What? I wouldn't pay $1,200. I wouldn't pay $12,000. for that matter. So there's Lucas and Martin there, L&M Guitar Corner, long time supporter of the channel as well. I remember when he was Martin Grabermeyer. Mm-hmm. See, I go way back. The memory ain't perfect, Charles, but there's
flashes of brilliance.
That's me and Rain Man. That's it, right? I am the Rain Man of YouTube right here. Jay Santiago's here. Turned on the TV show. Feels like I just stuck my head in the hornet's nest. Why hosting it?
Sounds about right.
Quit interrogating Kris. He's a good guy. I know. On the way to 3 million. Exactly. Yeah. So join the fun.
Here's to it.
Week's guest. Don't have him booked yet. Tried to book one. Turns out he's going to be on in 4 weeks. It was that guy, though, I was going to book. So I'm going to book a guy right after this, hopefully. So,
no, not available.
Next Sunday? Hint. Might not be. Just he doesn't know, and he's not here either to defend. Usually I just pick someone out of the chat, Charles, but let's be honest, I'm pretty clean at the moment, so.
You're the next good.
I'm looking at you, Kush man. Neither Charles or myself has had Kush on.
I tell you, he's obligated me first.
I know. But that's okay, because it's kind of dipping your toe, right? Charles he's very nice. He's not as confrontational as me. You already know the first question before you even fucking start.
Well, let's face it. My channel is the farm team for your channel.
Well, I wasn't going to say it, but it's a very friendly audience. Ken, some of us veterans, we do a pity thing and we show up for the farm team. That's like, wait, is he sent down on a rehab assignment or something? Yeah, rehab. Different kind of rehab, folks. No, but Charles does great work. I really enjoy it, and I will say one of my recent highlights in the YouTube guitar community is when Charles said, "So, Mick Mars, how did you start your guitar journey?" And fucking Mick pontificated for like 5 minutes on how, I was that big fair, so I was a country player playing, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I've never heard any of this shit. And he's like, nobody ever asked me that. I'm like, you need to do fucking hell with Charles, Mick.
Yeah.
You'd have a blast. And then you say, yeah, great. He goes, although I'll do you a favor, Charles. Mick Murr's talking. After he does the show, he goes, I'll do you a favor. What? I'll give you a real fucking theme song. Easy. Wow. Okay. And then I try to buck him. He goes, no, I heard you wrote the fucking theme song. Going on your show. I'm like, dang. Wow.
Run away.
Respect, Mick Mars. Fucking big respect,
There you go.
I'm waiting for that. Well, I did Charles' show. I don't need to do your show. Ooh, sorry. I'm waiting for that.
I figured it was my only opportunity to interview him, so took it.
Smart man. Yep. That was good. It was a good question. And then the wording of it, I'm like, oh, there it is. There it is. It's the question. So, yeah, it was awesome. And, all the people we've met on the way to 2 million views, I say it, I've been living the dream for some time. I'm like Trev, like we were talking about last night, we all live in these little small buttfuck towns, right? And I've had a chance to meet a lot of rock stars and industry people like that I never thought. Like I just keep flashing back. Like literally, I'm standing at a NAMM show, which I never thought I'd go to a NAMM show, and I'm looking at Grover Jackson talking with Floyd Rose, and I'm like, 80s, like that. I'm like, and they're the names on the logos, and they're still alive, and you get to meet these people, and. It's like the one, super nice guy. He's working at the Soldano booth. I was a hell of a nice guy. He let me try out the Steve Ray Vaughan handmade fucking Soldano SLO 100 handmade with Steve Ray Vaughan, blah, blah, blah. And then I leave, and I thought he was a hell of a guy. And then JJ's like, so what'd you think of Mike Soldano? Hell of a guy. I'm like, that was Mike fucking Soldano? Talk to him for 20 minutes, Charles.
Yeah.
More than I should have, because I don't know shit about amps. I didn't have Jim with me to fucking translate or nothing. I just saw a Tweed half stack, and I'm like, who has a Tweed half stack? Well, apparently Steve Ray Vaughan, had he lived. And he's like, you want to play through it? I'm like, is the Pope Polish?
And I'd like to interject, this all started way back out of a small vape shop.
No, it didn't.
Okay.
It started in Rich's basement. Then boredom set in, and Ben started going live from the vape shop. But if you look, the first video outside of stuff I may have uploaded from the band, it was a live unboxing. You ready for this, Randy? Bo was there. A live unboxing with guest Richard Shanahan. And we're sitting there on the 2 bar stools, Charles. And then I was like, oh, we should do that unboxing. He's like, okay. And he left the box over on the bar. So he walks over to the bar 15 feet away this way, Trav, and then proceeds to start unboxing it before returning on camera. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm unboxing. I'm like, you do that on camera. That's the point of the unboxing. He's like, oh, fuck, great. So he puts it back in the box, and then, ooh. And then a week later, we had a name, and he became a co-host, and it was called Canucks with Guitars. And we had a different theme song, and we had audio issues we had audio issues. Because we went on, I don't know, we were on iPad. Good thing we never gave a thumbs up. Fucking balloons going off and shit. Holy fuck, yeah.
Or that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was trying to be all prim and proper because YouTube, they were fucking more prim and proper. And then after a while, I said, fuck this shit. I'm just going to be me more. And lifestyle choices became more on camera. And that's fine. And some people don't care for me, and that's fine. But I know we've built a great little community here over the last 6.5 years. Mm-hmm. And, and I always saying that, Charles, I'm, as much as I like to brag sometimes about myself, like, Charles, like, I need to guess, oh, come on, talk about myself for an hour,
Well,
but
we can.
And when I realized when there's these spin-offs, as I call it, like Charles.
How many other channels have come out of your community, though? Right?
Yeah.
Seriously, how many other channels have come out of your community?
Exactly. And which is cool. And, so I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I guess, I got this, as I said at my parents' memorial recently, Terry, you'll love this. They're saying, what do you do for a living? I'm like, I'm kind of starting my own cult these days.
I'm Jim Jones in it.
And she's like, really? I'm like, well, I've got this kind of subscriber base. She's like, yeah, but then I got these water buffaloes. She's like, oh, and then I'm like, there's like 100 of us. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, that's the cult. That's the inner saint. Yeah, that's the cult. And they're like, oh, and they're religious, so they'd understand. Should we be worried? I'm like, nah, we're just a bunch of hippies that talk guitars and smoke weed. And they're like, oh, you smoke marijuana? I'm like, yes. Like, I thought it was kind of obvious. I'm the cousin with the long hair and the tattoos.
Well, then we are.
You're on smoke cigarettes. I'm like, no, I quit those ages ago. Why? Smoke weed. No.
Then we're all proud to be a member of the cult.
For
and sure. Congratulations on 2 million views. It's an awesome milestone, brother.
Hell yeah, man.
Onward and upward. All I can hope for is that more find the flock, Charles. Whether the inner or just the regular, because for every one of us water buffaloes, there's somebody in the chat that's there every week. That's just, I'm just gonna, you're Dan of New Jersey's, if you will. Bo, of course, is everywhere. He's just
let's not forget about all the lurkers, right?
All the lurkers, right? I'm looking at you, Riff. Except Riff, I don't think watches the Sunday shows as much as the Monday shows, which is weird. Because traditionally, more people enjoy the Sunday show than the Monday show, which I get. I have guests, it's a thing, and then Monday, it's me. And
somebody needs to ban Matt. I'm just saying.
Fellowship in the middle position. Love it. And that it's this, right? Because it's two, right? See, that's the funny thing. It's all relative. John's like Benson OG. I don't think of it that way, but I get it. You know, to someone like John or Trev, like who literally we met. Let's say there's a bunch of us. We met in Pete Thorne's chat, and then they came over part of this, or met in Phil's chat. You know, looking at you, Randy Crooks. He was like, you know, that Phil McKnight fella, you know, or Charles, or Martin for that matter. All Phil McKnight. Yeah. You know, and I appreciate it when you get a shout out or something like that, because there's people they're like, oh, you do videos? You know, yeah. Oh, okay. And it's like, I'm sure I come up on everyone's feed at some point, and I see the changeover. You know how it is, Terry. Gain 3 subs, lose 2. Gain 3, lose 2. Charles was like, fuck off. We talked about that earlier. That's why we put the link to my channel in the chat. Because I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and that's fine, but you know, I try to do entertainment, and you know, yeah, am I like that most of the time? Yeah, sometimes, you know, but fun fact, when I shoot those demos, I'm stone sober. So that's just me on 11, you know, Charles. It's like acting. You project to the back of the room with informational acting, so it's just, you know, like Mark asked me the other night, you know, the Soda Pop video that Mark's in recently, folks. Check it out if you haven't already. Can't remember. Oh, it's Dr. Pepper, I think. Was it? No, it wasn't that one. No. What was it? What did we try? We tried something. Obviously. But anyways, after we finished shooting it, Charles, Mark was laughing his ass off. And he's like, oh man, how'd you come up with all those one-liners? I'm like, yeah, it's almost like I grew up in entertainment.
Almost.
For a lot of you, long time, you've seen my father. He's a bit of a fucking character, you know. Yeah. And apple tree, no distance, none. You know. So yeah. Jay says River Docs. Yeah, Doc's great. Yeah. Doc. There's Todd. Todd's been around for a minute and a half. Generally lurks. Just saying, you know. No. That you should have played it instead of just holding it like a poser. I say a poser because he was posing for a photo, Charles. They literally was holding it for. If you're holding an object for a photo, that's literally posing. That's literally being a poser. So, I'm not using the word as an insult. Literally, you know. Which I love that he. I think that was. And then Dave Chase took the photo and then they posted it in the Connects with Guitars Face Space group. Which, if you're on the Face Space. I got a fucking Face Space group. Really, it's only Terry and Billy that post in it, but it's there. And it's basically, if you have guitar-related stupidness, put it in there. That's what it is. Guitar-related stupidness. So, you know, much like, well, me and the channel. Dude, I was voguing. Vogue. Everybody. No. Wow, I was surprised I could hit that high note this time of night, Charles. Especially after that speech. Apparently, I'm rambling. It's like one of my videos now. It's just a Patreon video at this point, just rambling about nothing. Yeah, part of your exclusiveness, you hit the join button or become a patron. You get these exclusive videos, which is really 5 minutes of me talking about nothing, other than possibly one guest coming up that Sunday. Randy knows. He's a longtime supporter of the channel, and he's like, I think Randy had something hit him while in the military about here, and that caused his infatuation with my channel and longtime supporting of my channel.
No, I think it was the LSD I took in the 70s.
Or that. I was like, great! All right, easy, Trev. We had
it's not a tumor.
Charles, I'm laughing because we had a whole conversation the other night off air, folks, and we were explaining basically acid trips to Charles. And Charles wasn't sure to believe some of the stuff, but I'm like, no, dude. Like, yeah. And Charles decided he doesn't want to try acid. And you know what? I don't blame him, really.
No, he should start with mushrooms first.
Well, that's why Charles is afraid to meet me in person, Randy. because he figures I'm going to dose him if
I
he's around me more
I
than an
know
hour.
for sure that will happen.
And he ain't wrong, folks. But I'm not giving Charles one of these. Charles ain't getting no fucking 50 milligram integrity. He's going to get a little 5 milligram, just a little, just a little something. And then, but I'm going to give him one every hour or two, Randy. You see, 5s.
Oh yeah, just put him.
So after about 4 hours, all of a sudden he's like, "Fuck, I feel great." I'm like, "I know, right?" You're like, "Why? You're high."
Like a new man.
Yeah. So, anywho's, any parting words, Charles?
Just keep on for the journey here.
Keep on for the journey. I like that. Martin?
Don't litter.
I love it. Yep.
Me?
Use the sign off that you gave me.
Be safe. Rock on.
All right. I thought you could do the joints line. I stole it from you.
Really? No. Yeah,
stealing
it has to be like a serious moment.
It was great. Yeah, I closed Charles' show with it today. And he went, "Really?" Like, hey, Charles almost pooped a little when he heard it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Norman Patterson, new name in the chat.
Whoa.
Right? Too bad didn't get a loony for each of the 2 million views. Great name. What's up, bud? Welcome. Dance, Monkey Dance. Any parting words?
No, I'll just reason you brought me on just for this.
This is cool.
It'll do it now. It won't. There it goes.
There we go.
Love it.
Jerry, parting words?
Thanks for allowing me to be part of the 2 million view journey, and Dale Palmer at the end.
Ooh, nice. Dale at the end, yes.
Nice
Randy?
touch. Yep.
Congratulations. Play golf.
Ooh, play golf.
I did this morning.
I already suck at enough things at life. All right.
Hey, what's one more?
That's what she said. I went easy now. Trev? Oh, I said that loud. Is Trev muted?
I don't hear him either.
So how about now? Can you hear
That's
me?
better.
Yes.
That's better.
Right. Love y'all. It's such a great thing to be part of this community, and I mean, each and every one of you. You bring everything to the table, and it means a lot.
No, we're not following that because Trev's all about all the love.
Yeah.
When I first started hanging out with that guy, fun fact. Now, Trev, have you not said to several people over the last few years that I'm a good judge of character?
Mm-hmm. Pretty intuitive, yes.
Okay. I'm just going to tell you, Charles, that when I started hanging out with this Symmetry fella off air, Hangs, I had a nickname for him. Canadian JJ.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because it was about the love. And so, and over the last few years, Trev and I have become very good friends. He is one of my heterosexual life partners. And,
Hetero life mates.
yep. And so, so tomorrow night, me playing Connects with Guitars. Which guitar are you playing? I don't know yet. Oh, there's a Mexican telly sitting right there.
Could be an Explorer, just saying, if I have any
It might be.
whatsoever.
It might be the Explorer.
Maybe play a couple of them.
Or currently, I'm
Dig in, brother. Let's tear up some shit.
sorry. So I shouldn't.
Was
say
that out loud?
Is underneath, it looks like a Martin guitar stacked on top of it, a coat, and an empty case of beer that I need to retrieve. So I'm finally rounding up all the keys to remove. So I've been Ben. They aren't. Neither are you. But we all love each other because that's where we found we are. Was it the Lane of Misfit Toys? Is that what Rob calls us? No, that's his bass collection. But still, kind of covers us too.
Indeed.
Are we the squeaky clean type that are of a Phil McKnight type?
No.
Are we
Yeah.
AQC tone toss? No.
But
But
show
we're
me
somewhere
your
in the
gear.
middle. We're somewhere in the middle. You know,
Don't fix your gear. Show me.
we enjoy certain
Fix it
lifestyle
before you get
choices,
here.
and if you don't, well, that's fine too. You know, but don't judge. That's all I say. Don't fucking judge. It's rock and roll. If there was no lifestyle choices in the rock and roll, we'd have Perry Como bullshit. And, you know, like nobody wants no. Or what's that? Pat Boone. No.
Oh Jesus.
Donny Osmond. No.
Easy now. Fuck.
That's why we got the lifestyle choices, Trev. You start doing
Get
lifestyle choices. You know what happens
Going
with
deep.
lifestyle choices? You get fucking Pink Floyd.
No
That's
fucking Donny Osmond, for Christ's sake.
Simon Garfunkel.
Well, and
Right.
Pat Boone
you
didn't
gotta
even
have
know.
the bad, otherwise you don't know what good is.
I know. You have to stank. I appreciate the
Let's play for
stank.
real. So, on that note, we've all been us. Y'all been y'all. Still got 30 people watching. We've been dragging this out for half an hour.
Well,
B, what is this
Longer
weeple
than
say?
roll call, Charles.
you know, it's pretty much you. Yeah.
I know. I get long-winded when I get.
It's all right.
So,
That's why we love you,
give
brother.
each other. Hold those doors open. You know what? Let Trev in
That's
heading in traffic.
Fucking right.
You know,
Give me
fuck,
right
Vancouver
away.
traffic. So do good things. Happy tone chasing. Be great to each other, not just good to each other. And of course, I gotta click on the right thing because
Don't let her.
Sunday.
You want me to do it?
No, I got it.